trouble with Scotland?
Where's the cue ball going?
things look bad, and it looks like you're not gonna make it, then you gotta get mean. I mean plumb mad dog mean. Because if you lose your head and you give up, then you neither live nor win. That's just the way it is.
The trouble with Scotland is that it's full of Scots.
Your assignment tonight is strategic. You can't give the enemy a break. Send them to hell.
Take your stinking paws off me, you damn dirty ape!
No bar, no pinball machines, no bowling alleys, just pool. Nothing else.
Well, good evening everybody. Welcome back for another match in this year's VP4 Virtual World Snooker Championship, or 2023 Virtual World Snooker Championship. This is VP4TV, and we have a round 2 match between MC Clarkey from the UK and Larry from the USA. Race to 6, going at the top of the hour. I roasted Stubb last night before I went to bed. You know, I told him he's going to have to change his tactics if he's going to try and survive in this thing. He said he'll try. Well, that went straight in one ear and out the other, bet you. We'll see in his next match. But his next match, I think, does he play Lard in his next match? I think I saw Lard there in the stream. Good evening to Cobra, good evening to Semi Pro. I always tap my feet to that music. So I do. I like it, and that's what's most important. I like it, and I don't give a shit who else doesn't like it. There you go. Welcome to Brainfill Out. Well, Steve said he was going to try and be here tonight, so I might as well have a quick look. No, he's not there yet. Matches on the schedule. The only one remaining at the moment is the one between Mr. Sharkey and Semi Pro on Saturday night. Hopefully Slim's going to do that one, because I say it's just a little bit too late for me to start. Not telling how long it might be. Well, this one tonight, Matt will be the favourite. Larry again is just going to wing it by the looks of it. He's not in the lobby yet. He's just going to turn up and try and settle in as the match goes on. But by the time he's settled in, he might be 2 or 3-0 down. That's the only problem. Matt's in getting practice, so he's getting himself set, and he should be the favourite because he's more akin to the snooker table. He's more used to it than Larry. This is the only time Larry spends on a snooker table when this tournament comes around. Other than that, he doesn't go near it. Hates it with a passion, I think, or hates the rules. So here he is. He's arrived. So we're almost good to go. I'll have another quick look and see if he's there yet.
Welcome to VP4TV. You're watching a Tactical Genius production. Please welcome your commentary team for this match, 9ball.com and Super Admin aka Steve Chapman, CEO and President of Celeris, Inc. Good luck to both players and have a good one.
Well, good evening to Steve.
Good evening, Hugh.
And welcome everybody to the stream, anybody that I missed. Well, I think we've had about 2 or 3 couple of predictions in the stream, and they're heavily favouring Matt, as I am. He should be scoring a lot more regular than Larry will, because he's got more of a snooker mindset, whereas Larry's a 9-ball mindset, and that's the big no-no in snooker, where when Larry sees a ball, he has to pot it.
Yeah, that's we saw that yesterday with Stubb.
Yeah, so I'm calling it something like 6-2 to Matt.
Well, hopefully Larry can get a couple more than that, but we'll see. I think that Larry's already bothered by the table based on the comments he made yesterday about the differences in how the table is grabbing the ball, and
that's something you have to adapt to, but you can't adapt to it by coming into the lobby 2 minutes before your match starts and expecting to play good.
No, I mean, you need to warm up. I know, when I go to pool rooms and I'm going to play in a tournament and I walk in the room and I get on the table, I don't sit there and try to run out. What I do is I hit shots. I hit a lot of spin shots, like kind of drag shots and spin shots, and try to get a feel for how the table is playing.
Yeah, because every table's different atmospherics, different humidity, especially in the States, and you have to get a feel for how the table's reacting, how the ball's reacting. But it's a similar idea with snooker and VP4. You've got to adapt to the table.
Yeah, I mean, because nobody's got the physics mind. It's a lot more feel than anything else. And snooker, I mean, you probably don't have to practice banks and all that like I do when I get on a table, but it is different. I mean, it's a different mentality. I think the pool players are right off the bat going to use English more than they should. Snooker, you're better off playing straighter angles and less English.
So Matt's on the right. Good evening to Mark. Well, Larry looks as if he's got the lag already. I mean, Matt's way short.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can tell by Larry's rating he doesn't play much snooker. He's obviously better than that rating. But, if you've got that rating, it just means you just haven't played much.
Well, that tells me he's played one frame of snooker and lost it. That's all that tells me.
But, give him credit for coming out and playing. That's what we need. We got these guys like Cobra that are scared to get in a banks tournament because he doesn't know how to bank, and he doesn't want to put himself out there to lose. Or Larry's doing that, but that's how you get better.
That's not a bad break off. Larry's got the weight better this time. And that's where the cue ball should be. Every time you're playing safe off a red up table, you should try and nail it to that bulk cushion.
Oh yeah, that's fantastic. I mean, in one pocket, it's the same thing. There's, you leave a guy 3 inches off the rail, that's a lot different than an inch or less.
Yeah.
Silver's not going for that, going for the bait. Well, here's a mistake right off the bat from Matt. He didn't handle being on the rail well, and looks like Larry's going to get first blood here.
I'm just getting my my snooker stream set up so I can keep an eye on what's happening in it.
I'll be interested to see how much Larry tries to use English, because it's really not the best way to play snooker. I mean, once in a while a little bit, and oh boy.
Yeah. Got to get the line first of all.
I was behind him on the cue. He was lined up that way. It was, it was obvious he was going to overcut it. I mean, if you don't play on this big table, you're not going to be used to the visual.
So there's, 3 reds in the open, so they should be picked off first. There's actually, the interesting red is the one at the back of the pack there as we look, just above the black. That's the one you'd want to pot and open up the rest of those balls and still try holding for the black. I don't know how much angle he's got in this red at the bottom here, but yeah, that's why I had to draw, because he was a bit too straight.
Yeah.
Or screw back, as I should say. So Larry's got off the hook there.
Yeah, Larry's got a chance to score. I mean, yeah, obviously the one at the bottom of the pack's going to be the red to break that out with. See if he can get the right angle on the black to get to that. Yeah, this is where, the difference in guys that can really play is the guys that can really play are going to get the right angle on the black.
Well, that's going to change that idea
Well,
at
he
the back
got a
of the
good angle
pack.
on the. He got a good angle on the black, but.
Well, Matt has to try and get things tighter in these balls. Now, this is, again, I keep saying about it, when you're actually going off the pack, and I keep saying about it, once you've chosen your line that you want to take off the pack to get into the bulk area, you can use that little touch aside, left or right hand side in the cue ball to push it in the direction you want it to go. Some folk just want to get into bulk. What you're trying to do is make it as difficult as possible. Nail it to the rail, stick it behind the green or brown or whatever.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you're not good at this, or if you're at a disadvantage, that can be a real problem. If there's this kind of thing where you're thinning balls and going up table, if you're mediocre at this, you almost have to get lucky to get them snookered. If you're really good at it, you're going to get them snookered, within 2 or 3 tries. So that kind of presents a dilemma for the guy that hasn't played a lot of snooker and doesn't play that shot well.
Yeah.
I remember when I was playing Steve Davis, we're doing this, and I'm thinking, he's going to win this battle most of the time because he does it really well. So I started firing at balls because I knew that if I kept, playing this ticky safe game with him, I was going to lose it probably 4 out of 5 times. And Larry might be in that position. I don't know. Matt hasn't shown brilliance there, but I know the good snooker players are probably rolling up behind those 3 balls up table.
Another
with a lot of skill.
Another poor one from Matt, and they're just they're firing before they're actually properly aligned here at the moment.
I think it's just early match jitters.
This is just a gentle dink. See, he could have easily held for the black there. Just a gentle dink. He's the wrong side of the blue, which is meaning that he's probably going to have to take that red that he's looking at. I don't know whether the red next to the pink goes. That one. Yes, it does. It goes.
Yeah, I mean these snooker pockets have shallow enough shells that you probably don't have to worry too much about hitting it easy. I mean, that's something you got to take in consideration on tables when you're trying to play those little dink shots. Like if you playing like one pocket on a diamond, they have deep shells, and you hit it easy, it's going to hang up in a pocket a lot of times. It hits the cushion and it doesn't go in. Well, there we go again. I mean, obviously trying to stop the ball made that shot harder, but...
Well, we've already saw a fair share of potting errors.
Yeah, we might have seen more potting errors in this this first game than we did in the whole match with Barkers and Stubb. They didn't miss a whole lot of balls.
So just a little gentle dab. He's looking at the red to the left of the pink, if you can see it.
Yeah, there he goes.
Now, what you do now is you do...
Not a nice angle.
Yeah, you do try and get into the reds, but it isn't great. You could have done with a wee bit more square in the black. But he's got a bailout ball up table, so if he can get something decent here, well...
Well, I don't know what he was doing there. He should have drawn that ball.
Yeah.
I mean, trying to go forward and nick those reds there was not a good move. Drawing the ball, you're going to get back into the stack a lot better. I think you'd have a lot better chance of coming up with something. I mean, this is when you got that whole pile of balls sitting there. It's just like straight pull. I mean, as far as the best way to go about spreading them.
Yeah.
That's probably one of the reasons why Albin's so good at snooker is, you know, he knows how to spread balls.
Well, this match is starting exactly the same as Larry's first match, because there was a whole pile of errors in that, and then in the end Larry just made less than his opponent. And Matt was a lot sharper in his first match than he is in this one so far. I noticed Mooncake was in playing online earlier on. I don't know whether anybody asked him if there was a problem as to why he didn't turn up for his match the other night. But I do know he was online there in a room. Well, that again, you know, that is was that Matt that was at the table there a minute ago? It was. I'm looking down at the chat, and then I'm trying to catch up what's happening at the table, and then I'm looking to see this semi-final that's starting tonight in the World Championship.
This is right now is looking like I'm playing in this match. I mean, these guys can't make a ball.
Well, that's good for Larry, because Matt's not making a ball just about as often as Larry isn't, and I mean, at this stage Larry's only a few points down. So
yeah, but you know that's not going to last. You know Matt's going to start playing better.
Well, he can't play better if Larry has him in trouble every time he comes to the table. So this is where, as I keep saying, and I'll repeat it to him blue in the face: take what you can get, and then know when to leave alone. Leave well alone and run for cover. Nothing more frustrating for a player if he's nailed to the vault cushion or stuck behind the green and brown or something like that every time he comes to the table.
Oh boy. Well, unless Matt's had six beers already and planning on having another 6, you know he's gonna start playing better.
Well, it's about time he did, you know, because you know, he's only 7 points in front. He is the favourite, and he should be capitalising on these opportunities he's getting.
Based on what I'm seeing from Larry, he's just not prepared to play on this table. I mean,
no,
he's just struggling with the visual on it right now, and he's overcutting a lot of balls, that's sort of the typical issue you see when you go from a smaller to a bigger table, is overcutting balls, you know, a lot of it's just the visual on VP4. You've got to get used to it on this big table.
Here's a question, seeing as you're the expert, Steve. Is it worthwhile, you know, if you have your field of view, say at 30, and you're playing in the 9-foot pool table, or the other way around, I mean, it doesn't matter. But is it worthwhile changing your field of view, going to the snooker table in VP4, or is it far better keeping it the same?
No, not really, because see, the situation is you've got a 3D projection to a 2D screen.
Mm-hmm.
So, in you know, in computer graphics, the 3D projection has you know, it has a certain perspective and yada yada yada.
Mm-hmm.
And then you know you have basically a rendering in 3D. And now you have to output it to a 2D screen. So there's a mapping that goes from 3D to 2D. The field of view is an actual human thing. So it's your field of, you know, you're trying to map the field of view to your field of view in real life. So that's how your eyes look at the screen. So field of view comes up in a lot of things. Like people have heard of like Dolby and what was the Dolby Theater spec? There was some Dolby Theater spec. Everybody thought it was a sound spec because Dolby's always sound, but they did this Dolby Theater spec, and they said to have immersive experience when you're watching a movie, you need a minimum 27 degrees field of view. So that means the screen has to fill, 27. If you want to get more towards real life, where if you're having trouble overcutting balls, a bigger field of view will help with that. But the problem with that is that it's got to still be relatively close to the field of view you have on your monitor. So,
Right.
for example, for me personally, I've got a 49-inch monitor, and I'm sitting probably 18 inches from it. So it's a huge field of view. So on VP4, I set my field of view to 60, and it matches that pretty well. So you can raise it. Yes, that will help. But if you're raising it and you've got an actual small field of view because your monitor is small, or because you're sitting far away from, or whatever the reason, then it's not going to do you as much good as if you had truly had a big field of view in real life on your monitor, and then you set VP4 to that field of view. That's going to give you your best result.
See, I always put it to 30 when I'm live streaming. Watch this at 60.
Well, I mean, for the live stream, you almost have to.
I set it at 60, and how does that look? Do you guys like that better?
Well, you're zoomed way out, but it's if you take this, like if I take this on my screen and expand it full screen, it looks pretty good. A lot of it has to do with the size of your monitor. So, like on VP Mobile, we run at a 24 degree field of view because it's on phones. So, I mean, you have to. If you ran like a 40 or 50 degree field of view on a phone, everything's going to look so small. What I'm saying is that if you want VP4 to look more like real life, especially if you think the tendency is to overcut balls, the best thing to do is get a bigger monitor, sit the same distance from it, or take your existing monitor and move closer to it, and so that you have an actual field of view that's bigger, and then raise the field of view number in VP4. And I think you'll find out you won't be overcutting balls.
Well, that's it. I've moved it down to 50. That does look more like a broadcast angle.
Yeah, well, I can tell you that I couldn't go more than 50 with like a 29-inch monitor. When I went to the 49-inch, it was like 60 worked great.
Well, Matt's home and dry in the first frame. We got there eventually. Larry's going to faff around here for 20 minutes for absolutely no reason whatsoever, because there's only 27 in the table. But he's just trying to get his pot eye in.
Yeah, I mean, he's practicing now instead of before the match.
That's exactly what I mean. I mean, he just turned up 5 minutes before the thing's due to start. I don't think he's really interested in wasting what he sees as valuable time on this when he's never going to go near it again for another year.
Well, I can understand that, and I appreciate him getting in the tournament. I mean, he may learn something. Hopefully, he'll have some fun, even if he doesn't do well.
Well, any shot that Matt's doing should just be either in or over a corner pocket. That way Larry can't get it dug out. That's the general rule. Well, this might be a snooker. Let's not get the legs. I think this is the most I've ever seen in this room. the beach house.
Okay, I'm going to make a snooker comment that you can argue with if you wish you. You know what I was saying the other day about how, you know, the people on your island are traditionalists, and that's why they don't want to change the snooker rules much, other than Band-Aids. There is one place that snooker has changed hugely. Huge change. And I'm kind of surprised that it's happened. The same thing happened with pool, but, you know, I would have thought with the traditional kind of thinking in snooker, they wouldn't have made this change. Do you know what it is?
What, you talking about a rule change?
I'm talking about a change to the game of snooker.
What? Something that's happened recently? Or are you talking about the way that the game's played? I'm not quite on your drift yet.
Well, I'm talking about how the traditionalists have tried to keep things the same. And, you know, they haven't changed the size of the table. They haven't changed the rules other than trying to Band-Aid them when they thought they were unfair.
Right.
You know, like somebody suggested that they go to, you know, have to hit a ball to a rail or something, you know. They're not going to do that because to them that's not snooker. So, but there has been one change. I like repetition when they stop drinking and smoking cigs.
Well, I can't think what it is.
Okay, well, the huge difference is the tablecloth. The tablecloth they play on now is nothing like what they used to play on.
No, I mean, I could have told you that. Yeah, the cloth's a lot thinner now, and it's got a lot less nap on it now.
Well, it doesn't have the nap. It's a lot slipperier. It's a lot faster. I mean, it completely changed the game. I mean, and I'm just sort of surprised that that's happened because it's a completely different game on this kind of cloth.
Well, don't forget as well. I mean, I would assume back in the day that pool balls may well have been ivory at one time as well. Snooker balls used to be a lot heavier back in the day.
They were clay. I mean, they were terrible.
The thing is, traditional British army soldiers that invented the game of snooker, obviously, were out shooting elephants every day of the week, so they thought they might as well use the elephant tusk for something. So,
well, obviously, that's not possible. But, I'm just sort of surprised they made that change. When I played Steve Davis, and he hit that shot I was talking about, where he was the wrong side of the blue and went inside English around the table in the stack. I don't know that people understand how impressive that was, because most of you guys are probably playing on this new cloth. This was on the thick old nappy cloth.
Yeah, but
he hit this thing so hard, it was like I was just blown away. Because when I got on that table, I was like, man, I got to hit the ball way harder than I do on a pool table.
Yeah, because you
got to understand, at the time the pool tables weren't Simonis either. That snooker cloth was so slow and nappy, you had to slam the ball to get it around the table.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, the thing is in snooker clubs over here, the cloth. I mean, they've obviously had different grades of cloth over the years. But if you're playing on, if you go into a snooker club, you might find that there's a championship table in a room that you can hire out or something like that. But all the tables that are regularly played on will have a higher grade of cloth, a thicker cloth, so it lasts longer, so they don't have to keep changing it as often. Know that
saying that they got heaters under the table.
Well,
the
heaters under the table's been there for a good number of years now.
Yeah, they're just copying billiard tables, and the reason the heaters are there for consistency, to keep the table consistent, because it's more humidity than it is temperature.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can keep the table really fast if it's heated. You can keep it at a constant temperature. It helps combat the humidity and keep it drier, and it's more consistent at the same temperature. All billiard tables have heaters, or all billiard tables are any good.
Well, that was, I don't know what was attempted there by Matt, whether it was a pot or whether it was trying to push the red around behind the black to cover it, but he did neither.
Well, Larry needs to get something going here. Yeah, I'll tell you, when you're in a situation where you're having trouble potting balls and you're trying to get an angle on this black and hit it the cue ball into the rack with speed, I mean, we've seen numerous balls get rattled, and that's got to be disconcerting when you're having trouble aiming and you need to hit one hard.
Left it short again. It's about a foot short of where it should have been, that cue ball, for that red in the right side of the pack, but he's got
the long shot.
A bailout.
I would imagine he's just going to stop this, yep. Well, if he wants to take a whack, he could right now.
Yeah, that's too much angle in the blue to be doing that.
Are you talking about you're afraid you're going to miss the ball?
No, well, that's why, you see, he's a bit too straight in the brown. He might have to go for the blue. Because what you would do is play the brown and come down this side for that red that's open. There you've got an easy path to get to that red.
Well, you can easily get into that pile playing the blue. You're going to have to hit it with some speed.
Yeah, but the conventional snooker way of doing things, where where that red is open and you can get to it, then you play for it, and then you get on the black with the right angle to get into the back row of these reds, because they're quite spaced apart, so they're bound to open. So this is where Larry needs to get that angle, whether it be high. In fact, higher would be better because it's a bigger target and he can go forward to the rail and right into them. So if he left the cue ball there, he'd be fine.
We've seen him have that angle before and miss it, and that's what he's above it, which is not where you really want to be.
That's perfect. He can just get good bit of top in this, and he'll be straight into the back of the reds off that rail. Good.
If he makes the black.
Yeah.
I mean, the pocket's a lot smaller when you're hitting it hard.
You've got to get the pace in this, so there's no chickening out in this shot. You've got to give it a belt.
You got to hit this hard, because those balls aren't going to separate well.
Well, he's just caught
he's got a
left
couple
side. But, I think he's probably good on that red into the middle pocket. That looks good enough. And well, he can do deja vu here. If he pots the red, gets on the green, he can come across and down for this this red above the pack, and again roll through and go on the black and do the same thing again. Welcome to Coldest Pillow, welcome to Bill, and anybody else has joined us. Well, Larry's run goes to 22.
Yeah,
now,
he's sitting good here.
He's taking the pink, which is fine, as long as he's checked the spot to see where the pink goes, because the pink goes there, and that red is very tight. He's got to be careful. This is why I said he needs to take the green, but he's got himself dead straight in the green.
Now, if it shoot the green and draw it back.
Yeah, now this is why, that pink would have been sitting right there and he'd probably block himself off on it.
Yeah, it's just tricky to get the speed right on this one.
I think that's not a bad effort. It's a wee bit short, but I mean, it's better to be a wee bit short than too far and snooker behind the pink.
The good thing about this is you can draw this ball and just catch the one red out on the right side of the rack. Because I guess he could go into the rack here. I mean,
no, you never do that off a red.
It's just pushing the balls the wrong direction right towards the end rail.
That's a cardinal sin in snooker, running into the reds and hoping you get on a colour like Larry's just done.
Yeah.
That's a no-no, because you're doomed to failure most of the time. Well, this is a testy one, because he's really got to take this up table, this pink, if he's going to do that, because that's the easiest way of holding for the black and making it a bit more comfortable for him in doing it. He could take the black and he's probably going to cut
right now.
Yeah, well, I think the problem with that is colliding with the red that's near the rail.
It's not going to hit that red. He can shoot the black without hitting that red. Or he could hit it on purpose, depending on what he wants to do.
Try to drop the pink into the side. Again.
Yeah, well, he's going to shoot the, what do you call it, the shot to nowhere?
Shot to nothing.
Yeah.
So this, I mean, he could go 100% for this and try and just play in the pink so that he can roll through and get into the reds, or leave the last one that's open and play for it. But I think the safest route is to duck for cover and maybe get on a vault colour.
Take it up table.
Now he's looking for cover. He's got it. He's okay. He's behind the yellow and blue.
But, you know, if he makes that, then he can just roll up on one of these balls, which is what you're saying the pool players don't do.
Oh yeah, that's what he should have done. But you know, if he'd potted that there, Larry would have been going for. I think most snooker players in VP4 would still be going for the blue. You know, to roll up and get onto that red that's on the top cushion. That's too thick.
Watch out! Watch out! Watch out! Ruh-roh. You know about Ruh-roh, don't you, Hugh?
No.
Scooby-Doo? Ruh-roh?
Ooh.
That's right. Ruh-roh.
Casey KSM was Shaggy's voice, if I remember rightly. I'm pretty certain it was. I'm not often wrong in those cases. So, Larry with ball in hand in the D. Now, is he taking the top one of those reds, or is he going for the back one? And he's taking the top one. That's probably not a bad idea. Now he just has to get good on a colour.
He's going to be shooting the yellow, I think.
Well, I'd be taking the blue every day of the week, simply because you're going forward and you're guaranteed to be on that red. I mean, you're guaranteed to be on the red anyway, even if you did pot the yellow. It's just the fact that you're travelling a lot more. So this way, if you go forward, you're down onto the red.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. It's pretty natural. All you have to do is roll forward.
Well, he needs to roll through firm, though. He doesn't want to. He's got to roll through and get onto that railing out. And
well, that's been his problem. It's just a little off and rattling balls.
Well, that
and
red goes.
These pockets are pretty good sized pockets.
That's they're on normal settings. Anything above that, we'd be here all night.
Yeah, the snooker tables were obviously made too tight.
Oh, Cobra's asking where John Virgo is. Let me see if I can find him. Hang on.
Where's the cue ball going?
There he is. It's trying to remember where all my buttons are, because you know, if you spend 2 or 3 weeks away from this software, you totally forget what the buttons are.
Larry may have just lost this game with that miss on the blue.
Yeah, but
because if Matt can get these reds opened up, he can shoot the one on the side if he wants, but I think he'll probably try to do something here. Oh, that one goes in the corner. Yeah, and he picks that one off. It opens the one next to it.
Mm-hmm.
This is like straight pool. It's a little puzzle how you're going to go about picking off the balls. So he gets this one. He can play the black, and then if he gets on the other one, especially if he gets an angle.
That was. I think he thought the cue ball was going to get a thick contact on that pink there going through, and it's all backfired on him.
Well, is he going to duck here or shoot something?
That's what I'd be doing. There'd be no doubt about it whatsoever.
Yep, this could be good here.
I think it's going to open up though, is it? Is he going to have an edge? Yeah, it is good. Well, Larry will be lucky here if he hits these reds and doesn't leave something on, so...
Yeah, this is a tough situation.
I mean, he could try rolling dead onto them, but he could also give it a good smack and hope he gets lucky. But dead weight onto them.
Idea.
Yeah, dead weight onto them.
That's a little firm there.
Yeah, that's just going to that's just a nice little tap to open the, the back
firm.
red. Yep.
Yeah, that was just a little too firm. He needed to be a little gentler there. And that's another thing I think where, you know, a lot of these pool players don't understand a basic concept there. You hit that one real easy. And if you come up short, you take the foul and miss and try again.
Mm-hmm.
You don't say, well, I'm going to make sure I get there because I don't want to lose 4 points. It's like any pool player that's played one pocket knows about just, you know, fouling on purpose, taking fouls and giving up balls because that's what you do. It's better to take a foul and give a ball up than it is to sell the whole game out.
Yeah.
And in that situation there, he should have been going real easy at that. And if he came up short, then it's foul and miss. He loses 4 points and he gets to try again.
And he would probably get it the second time, you know, once he's adjusted his weight. Yeah.
And at this point, you know, that shot's going to cost him this game. Or it may, we'll see. But there's a good chance it will.
Well, Matt's just 2 points in front. He's got himself on the cushion again. So
yeah, well, he's going to be another cushion shot here in the side, but, I mean, he's odds on to make this, and Larry's going to have to hope he misses the ball at this point. Well, that was well played.
Well, the frame's now over. Well, Matt's 10 in front, so...
Yeah, it's not over yet, but...
Well, if he takes... I mean, he could take the pink and get round for the yellow. I mean, even though he's the wrong angle on the pink, he could take that, but he's going to take the yellow for the yellow.
I would have taken the pink there.
Yeah, because...
I am greedier than most, but I would have taken the pink because the shape was natural to get on the yellow.
Yeah, I mean, it's an easy enough shot for a regular snooker player to get around the angles onto that yellow. I don't see what the problem was.
Is that a snooker word? Am I supposed to say shape, or do they call it something else? Position?
No, they just say position, yeah.
Position, okay. Oh, boy.
Well, he goes and snookers himself, and...
it might be free ball time.
Well, Larry doesn't need snookers yet, so he can...
No free ball, but it's
choose the foul and miss, though.
That was costly.
Yeah, and the other thing is Matt needs to get his pace right, because if he hits this too hard, trying to, you know, hit the green too hard, he could end up leaving a free ball. So you've got to just play to roll onto this, but he doesn't want to leave Larry an easy green. That's the problem.
Oh, this was no good. He's going to miss it again. I could see the way he was going. He was going to hit it wide. Yeah. You know, and it was really silly, his whole snookering himself situation, because he played the simple shot on the 2 on purpose to make sure that he got good shape on it, and then ends up being snookered on the green because, yeah, I mean, that's...
Well, the green goes...
Those are the kind of mistakes that you want to pull your hair out.
Larry's seriously thinking whether he's brave enough to take this. Oh, no, there's the blue donut appeared on the table there. So he's... Oh, it's called a free ball, has it? Ah, right. That's what it's called.
Yeah, the blue is covering part of the green.
Yeah, so that's a big bonus. So this frame is heading the opposite direction now. It's all in Larry's hands. He's left himself a bit too square in the brown. Now this is just a little dab to hold for the blue, because this the brown will get to the pocket. You think? You got the legs. You've got to dab it harder than that, though.
This is called giveaway. Larry, this is the second time Larry's given it away. Matt's given it away once. Who wants to win this game?
Well, we weren't expecting Larry to be even in this position at this stage. And that's perfect in the blue. Now...
Yeah, this is a little funny on the blue. That's a little too much angle.
Stun it down and back up the table, or roll it through for it into the side. But if you look at the points, he's now, what, 9 in front? So this, for the frame...
He needs this ball, yeah. Looks like it's in.
Oh, the audience is back. So... First blood is drawn by Matt, but let's be honest, that wasn't the best frame of snooker we're ever going to see in this tournament.
No, if Matt's going to do well in this tournament, he's going to have to play better than that. I think Larry sort of got in this thing for the experience and to be a participant, and I don't think he's really in it to win it.
Now this second camera that I've got, the one that the Control W or Control A and whatever it is to save it, what I don't like about it is that I have to keep holding my Y button long enough, and more often than not, the longer I hold it and then I let go, just like that, which I've done, the camera stays where it is. Do you see what I mean?
No, I don't see what you mean.
Right, well, if you're watching the stream, if I hit Control U, I'll go back to my down the table camera. If I hit the Y button, I'll go to the is it the momentary user one or something it's called?
Yeah, right.
Right, so if I hit Y button right now, like that, it loses the HUD and I right click the mouse, but if I let go, it goes back to my camera that I've got as default down the table.
Yeah, I think it's just a momentary. You have to hold the key down.
Right, so if I do that and hit right mouse and hold it, it will eventually stay there.
Oh, will it? Well, that's probably a bug.
Yeah, well, I like it as a bug. I would rather it did it after you pressed it once rather than having to keep holding the button.
Yeah,
right, there we go. That's fine, that works. See, if you keep holding it, it'll stay there, which is good, and then you can zoom your camera in and out. I'm looking at the live match coverage from Sheffield, and I'm trying to get the table at the same distance.
Larry's lucky that one in the hole.
Yeah.
Not sure you can see that black. It's close.
Oh, I think you can squeeze that around the bunch of reds here.
Yeah,
You can just
where's the cue ball going? I think he's going to have to hit the rail and the black at the same time.
You know, if it goes around the corner and just gets a nice little bump, that one at the back of those two, does that not cut? I think it might.
Yeah, well, I don't think Larry's shooting that. But I will say that those two are almost lined up table, but there's too big a gap on them.
But let's have a look. Oh no, they're not going anywhere. But hang on a minute, I'm looking at those other ones. No, they're going to the end rail or the end cushion, the bolt cushion as they call it.
Well, you've got a gap there. You could cut it, but I think you got to hit it too hard at this angle. You're going to spread balls. You wouldn't want to do that.
Repetition says toggle instead of hold. Now, what's Mark saying? Hugh, do you try and move the mouse to look round at a shot when watching on PC? Well, I'll tell you what I was doing. I went and watched a bit of the match from last night, and straight away I was trying to turn the mouse, even in my own, you know, previous live stream.
Yeah, that's irritating.
That was the first. I'd done that within the first 2 minutes. I think, oh, I need to have a look at that, of course. And then it dawns on you that you're watching a bloody recording.
Well, I don't know about this shot.
Oh, I've done it watching. I've had the BBC iPlayer up watching the snooker and done it.
Larry looks like he's shooting at this ball. If you're going to shoot at this ball, you better make it.
Dropping it in dead weight for the black.
Yeah. Well, I'd like to see Larry get a game on the board.
Well, again, he's far too straight in the black. But you've got a red up table, so I think he can go forward and around the corner here. He needs to get and play for this red here.
He could go, well, he could go forward and around the corner into the stack, too.
Let's have a look and see what that's going to give him. Not a lot, unless he's seen something. So, Just going to roll this red in, and then again, see, there's nothing really on here, right? There's nothing on here unless you get good on the yellow or the brown, where you could come off the side cushioning into the bunch of red. So, you know,
either that, or you could, if you get behind that pile there, there's some things that you can do from behind it.
Yeah, but see, again, Larry's 9-ball brain kicks in, whereas my brain is ducking for cover and nailing him to the vault cushion.
Yeah, I don't see how shooting this blue is going to get him anywhere.
It's going to get him 5 points.
Yeah, but now look what he's got.
And see, now he's got
not a good spot to be in.
Well, you know what he's doing here is he's going to finish up here, and he's going to give Matt an easy safety back to vault, and could end up in trouble. That's what's going to happen. You know, he's conceding control of the table doing this. And that's why he should have already ducked for cover instead of just wanting an extra 5 points.
Yeah, that was actually a really good shot.
He's trying to chip
Unfortunately, he caught the blue, but that was a nice play.
Just chipped the edge of the pack there to come way down into vault.
You know, this is a little tricky here. This is a tricky situation he's got here. I mean, I'd try to pin him on the back of the black. Hit this real thin on the right edge and put him on the back of the black.
Mm-hmm. Hang on a minute, I need to move my on-screen
You know
chat.
what? He just didn't hit it hard enough. He hits that a little harder, it comes off the end rail and goes right up on the black.
To move this a tad, hang on.
I mean, wouldn't you have tried that, Hugh, to put the cue ball on the black?
I don't know, Steve. I wasn't paying attention. I was trying to move my on-screen chat so I can read it better.
Because failing to get it there, this is what happens to you. I mean, if he would have got it on the black, then you know, he's got Larry kicking at the pile instead of him having to do it.
Well, that's Matt that's kicking at the pile, not Larry.
No, I was talking about before. Matt had a shot where he tried to thin it and get on the black.
Oh,
he didn't hit it hard enough. He could have got the cue ball right on the back of the black.
Well, Larry, let's see. I mean, see this red here? That red there with a bit of left-hand side, you can get yourself into bulk. Yeah. Now, Matt doesn't want to go up table because obviously there's a red open. So he'll probably just roll into these unless he's trying to use the green. You've got to get your line right to play that shot. Where he is at the moment, I think he'll just roll into them. And I mean, the one good thing is if he gets,
he's playing a shot. He's playing the double, or what do you call it? That's a combination. What do you call it?
He was playing a what is it you call it? he's playing a
so what they call a plant.
A plant. That's what it is.
Yeah, okay. See, I know this more than you do.
Yeah, again, well, you see, I'm trying to multitask here, Steve. I'm trying to operate this streaming software. I'm trying to watch the snooker and see what's happening in the semi-final.
You're in trouble if I know the snooker words and you don't. But I will say this about snooker is it's not that much different than pool. The reason why, you know, you're saying, well, this guy plays like a 9-ball player, it's because most of these guys don't play 9-ball the right way either. They don't. You know, it's like they don't play safe enough. They don't play the shot that's going to, you know, win them the game more often times than not. They're firing at everything. I mean, this game is not really that much different than pool as far as, you know, strategy. I mean, obviously, it's things like 9-ball and 10-ball. There's a lot less defense, but you know, you play I think one pocket or something, it's a lot of defense.
I think when you bring the safety side of snooker, where there's a sequence of safety shots and stuff, it is very similar to straight pool in that sense, where you're loath to move anything in this in the pack of balls for fear of leaving something on. That's where there's a very similar. There's a same. What's the word I'm looking for? There's a similarity to straight pool in that sense.
I'll tell you a big, huge difference in snooker is that if you're playing a game like 8-ball, one of the things you can do is you snooker your opponent and make him kick at his balls to open up your balls.
Mhm.
So, like,
Yeah.
you know, instead of trying to run out a hard table, you snooker him and let him kick at balls. If he misses them, you get ball in hand, and then maybe you can do something to open them up. But if he
Yeah.
hits them, he might open your balls up, or he might open your balls up and give you ball in hand. In snooker, that doesn't happen too much because you can slow roll into the balls because there's no requirement to ball to a rail. So a snooker is actually less penal in snooker than it is in most pool games. Did Efren ever play snooker? Yeah, of course Efren's played snooker before. I'll tell you, the Filipino that was really a good snooker player was Perico. Perico came in second in a pro snooker tournament. That's pretty strong. Beat James Watanabe.
No, Watanabe.
Watanabe, whatever it is.
You keep calling him Watanabe.
Well, that's what's stuck in my head.
I think where's Watanabe from? Anyway, is he not from Thailand or something like that? But when you add on the tabi at the end of it, is Japanese. You know, Watanabe is like a Japanese name. Well, we're getting a little bit of back and forth here. Let's get up the other end of the table. A little bit of dib-dab going on here.
I mean, he's got to play back behind the black or something like that here. I mean, that's the logical shot, isn't it? Sit down and go back behind the black. I mean,
well, that's the target. The problem with coming back behind the black is if you don't get there, you leave that red on in the middle.
Well, it's small. It's a small target.
Now he has to hope these two reds line up a bit like that, so that all he's got is a dodgy cut into the side pocket if he fancies it.
No, he can shoot the one in the corner if he wants.
Well, that's tight.
No, he's got almost the whole pocket. He's got like 90% of the pocket, and he chose to hit it in the 10%.
See, I wouldn't have touched that. I'd have been playing this one here and ducking back down into the bulk area.
Well, you know, I mean, he's behind. He may feel like he's got to play aggressive. You got to play the score.
Yeah. So what is he? Larry's in 34. Matt with a 2-frames-0 lead. So Larry's got a good chance to control this frame. If he starts doing the right things, well, the first thing to do is start potting reds and colours. He's overcut that.
Yeah, but his miss has been pretty consistently an overcut.
And it's overcuts, yeah.
And this is just not playing on the table. Now, I would say that, you know, if you're going to get on a big table like this, you might try raising your field of view if you haven't played much on it. Even if you can't sit closer to your monitor or get a bigger monitor, but don't raise a ridiculous amount. Raise it by 10, and I think it'll be a little easier and less overcuts.
So Matt looks as if he's going all out for this green here. Is he trying to? Yeah, he is. He's overcut it. So again, this is where, you know, Matt's playing into Larry's hands in some respects, because Matt felt he had to go for that because of the red being in the open, and he was under a wee bit of pressure there to get it. And now Larry can. Well, there's 16 points here for the asking. The black will go in, so he doesn't want to let this roll through too far.
So, guys, we need 3 more players for the bank pool tournament. Come on, Cobra.
Yeah.
I'll pay your entry fee, Cobra.
Got to squeeze in here. He's got it. So that's a bonus 16 points he wasn't expecting to get. Now, he's not going to do something crazy here, is he, and have a smack into these reds that offer red and hope he gets lucky.
Let's see, is Jana gone? Yeah, that's Quagmire. Quagmire's still here?
Yeah, that's what he tried.
No, Quagmire's gone too. Alright, I'll kill the room.
That's what he tried.
Cobras is that way. You need to enter pretty soon before I put in 2 or 3 dummy players just so the tournament goes, and then you won't be able to enter.
So Larry tried to run into those reds there. Got a decent enough roll, got himself on the blue, and now he's got to get this really thin. Whatever he does, it's got to be really thin. And that's really thin. That's exactly how you want to hit that. And that looks pretty good to me. That looks a good line.
That ring just go away on its own? No.
Big target to go into the back of these reds, but I don't think Matt's got the legs again. He's way, way short. And Matt should get it this time. I mean, he already knows the line he wants. It's just the pace he needs to increase. Now, well, he brought one out and it's on into the side pocket. Now, again, Larry would be far safer just going forward here and taking his red and blue. He could come back off this red for the black, and I don't know how. I don't know whether can he get that clean. I think he can. I think he can get that clean and back onto the black.
Mark. I got rid of the JAMA room.
Well, he's going forward.
Get Hugh in too. Well, Hugh needs to be the streamer.
Right, that angle there is perfect. That's exactly what you want for the hit on these, unless something goes that I haven't seen. But there's nothing set there, so he's got to just give this a little bump, and they should open nice, these. And he's missed them.
Yep, that's
And again, Larry's, well, it's not easy to get away from these. It's not easy at all.
Yeah, all he needed to do is hit that with speed. He didn't need to draw it at all.
Yeah, it's just a straight stun downward angle he's got. Now this has got to be really thin.
Yeah, this is. He's trying to get behind the black, which was a good idea. He didn't get there. He left a shot.
Now, one thing about this, Matt's going to take the bait here. He's going to go for this red up into the corner.
Well, when you're down 58-10, you might as well.
And he has to get it, and he has done. That was well done.
It's going to shoot the blue or the black? Probably the blue.
And he has to take that.
Boy, he overhit that a little.
Yeah.
I think he was maybe looking to go to the pink, but he's got an angle to get to the black. It just, this shot's a little bit tougher than he wanted.
He obviously has to get rid of this one if he gets that far to open up the other one. Well, he's done it. He's done it off that shot, and that's a lucky little roll. There. He's on the black.
Well,
now,
that was probably predictable.
I don't know whether he played for that as such, but we'll give him the benefit of the doubt.
I thought he was going to try to miss the pile, but he just rolled in. But that wasn't a bad play. He probably figured he's coming up with a shot on the pink or the black, one or the other. We almost overcut that.
Well, this other red has to go into either this corner that he's already working with, because it obviously doesn't go past the pink. So. Oh, now.
Slow down.
I don't know that he wanted to hit that quite as hard. He's blocked off in the pink, and now he's got to travel, I think. Let's have a look.
He's got to shoot the blue.
Yeah, I don't think he can get that.
Or he could just play safe here. I mean, that's the other choice. I think he's either shooting the blue or playing safe.
Well, he's convinced he can. He's trying to
There's no
convince
way he's
himself he can
making
get
that
the pink.
pink.
Yeah.
No, there's no way. I'm looking right down the line. There's no way.
Blue into the
Of course,
middle
I say
pocket.
that. This is the one that I never can see right in VP.
That's overcut.
Overcut. Look at this though. He might get lucky. I think he got lucky.
Yeah.
Yep, he's got him. Well, that's rolling good because now he's got the blue right in front of the pocket. Larry's got to kick at this red, and you know this is where if you're effing, you can kick this safe. For the most of us mortals, this is a tough kick with the red out in the middle. And
well, he'll get another go. He'll get another go.
He's sold out. I mean, not that this shot isn't missable. I mean, this is not a gimme shot here. But
well, Matt might put him back in though.
Yeah, I think Matt. I would if I was Matt, because I wouldn't like to shoot this shot. Yeah, I think that's a good move. Because you know, even if he hits it, you might come out better than that.
Well, he's not far off the line. He just needs to adjust it. Oh, hang on, he might get it, but he just needs to adjust it very slightly. He's not far off it.
Matt gonna shoot this or put him back in?
Well, he'd probably shoot it because the blue and the green's over the side pocket.
Yeah,
so
I mean, this is a pretty good shot. Yeah, you'd think he'd shoot it. Yep, and he's gonna shoot the pink here. Why not? Maybe he's thinking the blue because it's just going to be easy to get on the yellow.
Exactly, yeah. That's exactly what he should probably be doing.
Yeah,
you know,
because
just
then he's got yellow, green. I mean, he needs to get on that green, pull it back off the yellow a little, get the angle where he can stay for the black, and he decides to go that way.
So,
and I'll tell you what the problem with that way is. It's going to be a little bit harder to get the angle you want on the 3.
Well,
I would have shot the blue just to make sure that I got on the. See, now he's got not the right angle, and he's going to have to do something with the cue ball.
Yeah. Well, he
may just dink this.
Well, I would go up top with left-hand side so that I'm hitting the cushion and coming back this way for the brown. That's fairly straightforward enough.
You could dink this if you wanted to. That's, you know, if you're not confident, well, I wouldn't have done that.
That was risky.
That was very risky.
But he certainly got the blue nearer the hole, except it was nearer the side pocket than that one. So Matt looking to steal this third frame, and what's the score now?
45. He needs 13, so
yeah, needs all the colours.
So he needs everything. But I mean, this is just roll it and shoot the 6 in the side. Yeah, that was a good shot because he wanted to get a little angle back. I think that was the right shot. Make sure you get this angle on the 6 because now all he has to do is roll it. He doesn't have to do anything with a cue ball.
That's BBC2 coverage of the snooker is finished, so I had to switch it to BBC4.
He missed that 6 ball by a mile. I mean, that wasn't even close. Larry, it was completely outside of the curve of the pocket.
Larry only needs a pink.
Oh, that was brutal. Matt did all that work and then dogs a 6 ball. And you may ask, the pink, okay. You may ask why I know that's a dog when you don't even hit the corner of the cushion.
Well, that's Larry's chance coming going. This is going to be over the hole, I think, if it bounces off the bottom cushion. No, it isn't. It's stuck to it. Right, I'm changing my camera back. I don't like that camera for streaming.
Now this is thin it on the right side. He's going to try to get him on the black. Yeah, he may pay for that shot. I would have thinned it on the right side and taken him the whole way up the table. This is just like pool. This is too close. You know, if you're going to leave it close, you're going to give the guy an opportunity.
Yeah, a bit like that.
He should have thinned the right side of the 6 ball and put the cue ball up on the end of the table, and let him try to deal with that, because there's no way he was going to be able to play safe from there, and it's a lot of distance, which is, it would have been, yeah.
Well,
was the wrong move.
Larry's strong favourite here, because this is not easy to leave safe unless you roll dead onto it. I mean, that's his best plan here, is just to roll onto it.
That's what he tried to do.
So Larry's now 10 in front, and if he misses,
we go into replay. Well, the problem with trying to roll onto this is Matt was worried about rolling onto the far side.
Well, if he misses it this time, he's going to need a snooker. And he's got the hit, but he's not got it safe. It's not easy though. He's got the cut in the middle.
Well, Larry's had a lot of problems potting balls, so there's no guarantee here.
That's where he's going, I think. He's having a look at it. No, he's going the other way.
Yeah, I would go to the corner. But this shot's a little bit of an optical illusion.
I'll do it.
He's got it. Look at the cue ball going right at the side pocket.
So, Larry off the mark. Now, see, Stubb could have done that last night, but he wanted to play on for 20 minutes when he was still like 40 points behind with just a black left in the table.
Because it's Stubb.
Well, Larry's got a frame, and if he keeps his mind on the job here, he can get certainly one or two more. Because Matt's not playing like a hot shot tonight. He played a lot better in his first match.
Matt gave that thing away. I mean, that 6-ball was terrible. I mean, it was hit so poorly. I mean, I can see missing that ball. It wasn't a gimme, but to miss it where you don't even get it on the curve of the pocket, that's bad.
The latest score from the Matt Selby Mark Allen match, it's 1 frame all. They play 8 frames in this session.
And Matt just missed another ball. He's missing tons of balls tonight.
Oh yeah, a lot more than what he was doing the other day. Well, now does Larry fancy cutting that Browning up table? It's not going to get him much, other than another 4 points, or just a roll onto the green. See, if he doesn't get tight to the green, it makes it it makes it easy just to bump into the back of the pack. But that red up there, that red next to the black leaves an easy safety back to baulk if he does that.
He's not going to roll up on it. He's going to shoot it. If I was going to try to play this game, I'd go into VP4 offline and just practice rolling up on the back of balls until I got the speed right and was comfortable with it. It's like practice that. When you play one pocket, you get a lot of shots where the cue ball is a 1/16 of an inch from the object ball, and you need to hit the object ball like a 1/16 of an inch. If you've ever tried that on a real table, that's a really hard shot. I mean, it's way easier in VP than it is on a real table, because on a real table, you got to worry about double hitting the cue ball. And I should just sit there and practice that shot. I know the technique to do it. I'd sit there and practice and practice and practice, because it comes up all the time in one pocket.
Well,
and if you haven't practiced it, you're done. And I would think the same thing in this. Why not get offline and practice rolling up on balls?
Well, I'm going to say at the risk of stating the obvious, but Larry could have rolled in behind the green there. He decided to take the green for the 3 points, had to play safe off the bunch of reds, brought one out, and that's what's left Matt in.
Yeah, I mean, it's just...
And,
the reason why, he shot that was probably because he's uncomfortable, doesn't think he can roll up on it. Well, the reason why he feels uncomfortable is because he hasn't practiced it.
And he's got a trackball mouse, which is no use for those little dinky shots, Steve. That's the other thing we forgot to mention. Trackball mice are no good for little dinky strokes. It's not reliable.
Yeah, so I don't know about that, but
well, that's good pace.
I'll take your word for it.
I like the pace in this one, though. Larry's got that one nailed.
Well, that was a nice play. He hit that really thin. But this is, I mean, this is very doable going thin on this ball. You're not going to leave anything out. I think he didn't hit it hard enough. Let's see if it gets the legs.
Decent enough pace as well.
Yep, that's pretty good.
So, again, up the table.
I'm not sure how thin he can get on this. I think it came out far enough where he can get it a little further behind the green, and that was going to be tough. Yeah, he got that really thin.
The only thing is, if you end up over this side, so this is why you've got to watch your line when you're coming back to baulk, because you don't want to leave that back red exposed while it's been nudged, and now they're blocking one another into that corner pocket for a shot to nothing.
See, that's just not the right speed. You either got to play the speed to put it on the rail, or play the speed to come off the rail and get on one of these colored balls, which granted is not the easiest thing to do, but I'll tell you what, if you played a guy like Efren, I guarantee you he could thin balls and come off this back rail and put it on one of these balls. I wonder if any of the snooker players play billiards.
Well, that's a good shot by Larry, but again, it's only ever going to get him up, 1 point.
Do you know if any of these snooker players play billiards?
Well, we don't hear anything about their pastimes, really. I mean, all they're doing is playing snooker. I mean, Steve Davis played a bit of billiards back in the day, I believe. I think that was more his father had him playing billiards.
If I was giving an advice to a pro snooker player that wanted to, get better, that's what I'd tell them, is play billiards, because, that's why Efren is so good at those shots. I mean, Efren's a billiard player, not like just a mediocre or amateur. I mean, Efren's like a pro level billiard player. He can really play billiards, and if you have that knowledge, it would be huge for snooker too.
Well, this is now a test of your eyesight.
Well, that's bad eyesight.
That's opened him up. Well, it's a tactical maneuver by Matt, because he's opening him up.
That's what we call throwing corn. You gotta be, if you're from Oklahoma, that's throwing corn, which I'm not, but I've had friends that were. Yeah, well, I mean, this is interesting, because this is no gimme shot, and if he shoots at this, and it's tough to play safe, I'd be thinning the right side of that ball instead of shooting at it.
Yeah.
There's no way I'd shoot at this. Not in a bajillion years. He's going to shoot at it, but I don't like my back cut from length of the table. This is insane shooting at this.
Yeah.
Here comes the 9-ball player.
No, he's got it, but he's still got nothing other than having. He's now sort of called his own bluff, because now he's snookered himself on all the ball colours, and he can only see the black.
Yeah, now he's got to play safe. He can bank the black and take the cue ball up table, but he could have just played safe last time. And as a matter of fact, he had an easy angle to play safe, because he could have brought the cue ball back to right where it was, which is where you need to put it.
You see, Larry's went all out to actually double the black, which he's done. He's
going all out for he's in stub mode at this point. He's just going to shoot at everything.
He's determined to play it like a 9-ball player. He doesn't care.
Yeah,
but he's going to run out of luck soon enough.
If you don't miss, everything works if you never miss.
Now he's going to try and dink in behind the black for the black in the same pocket here. This is tricky. Yeah, he's got the pace right. Well,
all of a sudden, Larry's got his mojo on, and You know, I mean, he's in a situation here where he could run this thing out. I mean, it's I suppose they don't say that. What do they say when you run the balls to where you've won in snooker?
Well,
what do they call that?
It's just making a break.
So what do they call when you? Oh, look at this. That's not what he wanted. What do you call when you run the whole table? Is that called a run out?
A clearance.
A clearance. Okay, that's right. I remember that word. Yeah.
Right. The black going on the pink spot. I mean, it's really only good for. That
was a huge mistake to roll the cue ball up on the black spot. I mean, he just went from getting a lot of points to
well, he's fine.
Potentially struggling. He's still okay.
Now, he's got to make his mind up where he's going off this pink. Now, the angle that he's got in the pink can certainly get him into this area. Between the gap there for the red that's above the black spot. This one. He could fall.
I would just be rolling this with a little bit of left English just to get it to open up a little, and you know, he's got that one red down there. Yeah, it went in.
You should go off the cushion though.
Yeah, that's not good. He didn't come down far enough.
Well,
I think he's got the shot, but
that's. I don't think he has. It looks far too tight.
Yeah, and
I don't think he can get that.
I think he can twist this in.
I think he's done it. Yeah, he's got it. He had to. Of course, now he's going to have to play a difficult black up table. I mean, the black goes into the side pocket. It does go in.
I mean, we'll see if he leaves the cue ball down here. I mean, that's an all or nothing shot. He's going for it. Did he get a shot? Yeah, he's got a shot. Well, you know, I mean, Larry may be thinking he wants your $1,000.
Larry's definitely unconventional.
Well, you know,
but he's
like I said, if you don't miss, everything's okay. I mean, if you're a good enough player where you can just make all the balls, and you know, being super aggressive is the right play. Now, based on how this match has gone, it's a little surprising Larry's trying to make all these balls, but he's obviously doing a pretty good job of it right now.
Yeah, he's using the best form of defense, and that's attack.
Maybe he's played enough on this table. He's finally figuring out the visual, and you know, because for a while there he couldn't make a ball. Everything was overcut.
Well, he's looking good at the moment.
His field of view. What do you think, Hugh? You think he changed his field of view?
I don't know. I haven't a clue. Maybe he was practicing offline.
Well, I mean, you know, he's certainly making balls now, and if he can keep running out like this, Matt could be in trouble this match.
No, I'm not sure whether he's gone back too far, and maybe he was playing for the red that's nearest to the cue ball, or whether he is playing for the one on the side.
If you were playing for the red in the corner, that was already a mistake, because that you're coming across the line right next to the ball. You should have been playing for the side pocket the whole time.
And again, he's
going to shoot the blue here, I think.
Yeah, he's either short of the blue or I don't know whether he was playing for the blue. That's the trouble.
What's he doing?
But I mean, all he needs to do is just come back off the blue a tad.
Yeah.
No, he doesn't want to be over the blue though.
Not very much.
Yeah, this is really awkward.
He probably wants high run. He's going for it.
Well, he's on 51 at the moment.
Let me tell you what, all the snooker players are going to be hanging their heads in shame if Larry's gotten high run. Now, that being hampered did it.
Well, what makes it even more enjoyable for Larry at the moment is if he does it, he's stealing Matt's high run.
I thought Barker's had the high run.
No, it's 66 still.
Oh.
As far as I know.
No,
Did-
Barker's didn't
did he get-
Barker's do 76 last night?
Or did he get a 69? Was it? I can't
Yeah, maybe
remember.
it was 16. All I remember is he blasted the black instead of shooting it.
Oh,
which
aye, right.
cost him 7 points.
That's right. Yeah, I think it is about that. Somebody will check the stats and tell us.
Yeah, but he was already at the high run. He just wasted 7 points, and look at that
Yeah.
miss by Matt. Well, okay, this game's over. It's going to be 2-2 here because
What the hell happened?
unless he just missed the black in the side. Unless Larry just goes brain dead.
Well, I'm
he's
watching.
winning us.
I'm watching, and there's nothing happening here, Steve.
Oh well, I don't know what happened with you, but I'm watching the match and it's going on. So you're having a connection problem here. He's already shot and missed that, and then Matt made a red and missed the black, and now Larry's just made a red and a pink and shooting another red. Your connection's flaky.
Hang on a minute. See if you can get in the room. I think I'm gone. That's why I was wondering why I could just see Larry over the. Have I gone from Discord as well?
No, I can hear you. You're still here.
Right. Well,
What?
VP4's locked up for me too. I'm probably disconnected because I can't get back in. Right. Let's just. Do that and do that. There we go, I'm back in. And I'm back in the room, and Larry's 2 frames all.
Yeah, I mean Larry played really well. If Larry keeps playing like that, Matt could be in trouble because I mean Matt's going to have to play his game because Larry's looking alive right now.
So how bad is my memory? How bad's my memory, Steve? When I watched that match last night with Barkers and totally forgot that he'd get the highest break.
Yeah, he had 76 and he gave up the 7 ball. He should have shot the 7. I guess he didn't know that you were putting up $1,000 for a high run since you just announced it during the tournament. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this.
Yeah.
Beautiful shot.
Lovely. Yes.
All of a sudden, Larry's playing like a champion. It's like Larry went from like looking like me to playing like a champion. I think all it took was him to get kind of used to the visual and get a little confidence, and all of a sudden, Matt's got to be wondering what the hell's going on. Uh-oh, pink.
Yep.
There's 6 points.
Yeah, I'll be put back in again.
Yep. Oh, that's too hard. Wow, that's way too hard. That's a terrible shot. You know, he's trying to get it to spin more. That's not how you do that. You know, you can raise the butt of the cue and do a little masse so that you can control the speed. He could not afford to hit it that hard.
Well, I think Larry will put him back in again because there's nothing on.
Doesn't that 1 ball go? Yeah, the red goes.
No, there's nothing worth taking on here. You got to stick him back in.
Oh shoot, I'd be shooting this every time. Roll forward right onto the black.
Have I gone again? Are you seeing the cue move, Steve?
No. Maybe Larry's gone. I don't
know. Maybe there's problems somewhere along the line.
Well, if we keep losing people...
there he is. There he is.
No, he's going to shoot this and go forward. He's going to shoot that 1 red and go forward. It goes. I'm looking right at it. It definitely goes by.
Well,
I mean, I'd imagine he's going to roll forward. I'm not sure what he's doing. Maybe he's thinking he's going to come back. I don't know. I guess he didn't like going forward for the black.
It did go. It looked very tight to me, but it did go. Yeah. So
I just, I'm kind of surprised he didn't play for the black.
He's going to roll through to about here, I think. Somewhere like that for the red.
Yeah, just got to make sure you don't hook yourself with the blue. Yep, he's good. Well, that was a unexpected mistake from Matt hitting the ball so hard into the pile.
Well, he's now, see, that's the difference now. Now Matt's under a bit of pressure. You know.
Well, it was just poor thinking because, you know, he came up short when he hit the pinks. So his solution to getting more spin on it was to hit it hard, which,
well,
you know, isn't really what you want to do.
Larry's blown his chance there.
Easier. Well, he got lucky, though. He didn't sell out. I don't think Matt has anything here. He's going to be playing safe. And this is a little tricky because if he thins the ball he's next to go up table, he's going to leave a shot. And right now, the way Larry's shooting, you don't want to shoot it. I think this is the right play. He's going to play off of this and go up table. He may be shooting this, which would be wrong.
You're right enough, Cobra. He didn't foul.
Table.
My brain's going to sleep.
Who didn't foul?
The one where I was saying Larry should put Matt back in when Matt actually made a legal hit, I think.
Oh. Yeah, that's right. It was illegal.
Because I thought it was catching the pink again.
It was a sellout is what it was. It was a legal sellout.
Well, just get a hold of the cue ball back for the blue. That's the shot here. I don't know whether he fancies putting a lot of side in the cue ball to try and spin it for the black.
Oh no, that'd be crazy.
He's coming up for the blue, and he's the wrong side.
I don't think there's a snooker player alive that'll shoot that.
He's the wrong side.
I mean, I've seen Ronnie juice some balls up, but he wouldn't have shot that. That's a crazy shot.
Well, if he comes forward or back off the blue, I'm looking to see what's available for him. Not a lot.
No, he may just be playing safe here.
Yeah.
But, you know, he may try to peg him on the brown again. I mean, he's just got to be a little careful here and not exposing balls. He needs to play off the first ball, not the second ball.
Exactly. You don't want to play the one that's there because you're pushing it towards the corner and you're leaving it open, especially with that. So now Matt's got a far easier safety shot.
Yeah, he played off the wrong ball. Yeah. He should have played off the ball next to the pile.
Yeah, Matt's just got to get this thin and a little bit of helping side spin just to try and duck behind the brown. That was taking a good line. How's the pace?
Yeah,
pretty good.
This is all caused by Larry picking the wrong ball.
Yeah.
He picked the wrong ball, and this is what he got.
I would never have played the one off the back cushion. Always just thin, because it's far easier because you were closer to the bunch of reds. It's far easier to catch it thin and duck away from that than it is to do it off the back one, where if you had it too thick, you do what Larry did and bump it along the rail.
I think he might have sold out. He didn't. I thought that ball on the side doesn't go, so he can shoot this one in the corner. This is no gimme. Right in the middle of the throat, and oh boy. But, you know, I mean, I don't know. You know, I don't play snooker either, but I could see that he's going at the wrong ball. You know, I mean, the balls in pool and the balls in snooker, they're all round. There's a cue ball and a bunch of round object balls. It's not that much different.
Now, that was the only problem with that shot, in the fact that he was going to catch the pack. It's actually worked out okay that he's on the red at the near the cushion. The other thing that might work out okay is if he gets himself high enough, he has to make sure he gets himself high enough. I was looking around this side to see if he could take the pink, and I don't think he can. And now he's in no man's land.
And he doesn't have any kind of easy safe either.
No, he's going to be playing the green to get back up towards the red. He wants to actually, he actually wanted to bump that blue there because he could have ended up in the corner with no real great shot. That's why it held him for this red.
It's going to be one of these games where nobody's running this rack out.
Well,
I think he can move balls.
There's a few guys who can be contenders to win this, who are probably going to watch maybe catch up with the scores, or maybe watch some of these guys' matches that they've played, and I don't think they'll be too frightened.
No. I'm not sure what he was doing there. I guess he was trying to get into the balls. I would have been playing for the one red out in the open to use that to open him up. Because he's kind of screwed here.
Now, if he gets cover, this could, well, that's, let's see if we can get the left side of that red. Forget the right side, he's doing nothing down the right side. Left side, he can get a bit of left hand side on the cue ball, catch that red and come around the angles and in between the blue and pink and down back into vault. But to do that, he's obviously going to be nudging balls, and there's a risk of leaving something over a pocket doing this though. No, he's just trying to roll dead onto them, which is the VP4 safety shot, but he's not got there, so he's going to get another go at it because Matt's got nothing.
Oh, that's a little firm there.
And again, he might have got away with it. No, wait a minute,
No,
that
he didn't.
first red cuts, it goes past.
He needed a little harder, not a lot harder. And maybe that is the trackball. I don't know, you know. I mean, I have trouble with the mouse. But I know in general the mice are better devices from my experience with them. So here, the first time I ever worked with a trackball was 1985. And the first time I ever worked with a touchscreen was 1986.
Did you know that the first mouse was made out of a block of wood?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, it was.
Maybe I should make a mouse out of wood. That would be cool.
Did you know that the first website that was on, you know, the first website that ever went up is still available? I don't know what it is, but that's just another boring fact that I know.
It's probably some porn site, isn't it?
Well,
wasn't that the first site?
Well, put it this way: if it wasn't the first one, it wasn't long after it before they get started.
It was the second one, yeah. Well, I told you guys I grew up. I lived in the porn capital of the world, Chatsworth, right?
Yeah, you told us that. Many's a day, 6'7" Steve was peering over the fence watching him at it in the next garden.
So, you know, there was a guy that I was in the office building was one of the early guys in porn, you know, back when it was like the movies. And he'd been indicted by the Fed there a couple times. And, you know, I mean, he'd been through all the trials and tribulations in the porn business and owned a lot of content. When the internet came out, they got 5 guys and put together a server and started doing porn on the internet. They were making $10 million a month with 5 guys. $10 million a month. Yeah, you wonder why people do porn? That's why.
Yeah. Now, what's Larry looking at here?
He should be thinning this and going.
Oh, hang on a minute, Steve. There's a combo on. There's a plant on. I should have said there was a plant on there, but there's a bit of a gap between the two of them. But he's got a reasonably good cue ball.
Yeah, that was a nice shot. I think Matt can get the edge of
you see, that's a perfect example of the shot to nothing there, where he could see that there was a plant on, had a go at it, but got a good length in the cue ball.
Yeah, let's see if Matt's going to get safe here. It looks like it. Is he going to leave that red? He left the one red. We'll see if Larry wants to shoot at this. I don't see a lot of profit in shooting him.
Well, all it's going to be is a red, and unless he gets back across the table or he can hold the cue ball over that side, he's going to have a long green to get back up the table.
Yeah, this is, you know, I mean, he's probably got to shoot it because he doesn't really have a good safety. But this is not a great situation. He's not going to get on a color very well here. Yeah.
So
That's
now,
about as good as he was going to get. He's got the blue.
well, now he's got a choice. If he takes the blue, he's got the wrong angle in the blue. If he draws back off the blue,
no, he should just make this blue and go up table and then pin him on a ball. That's what he should be doing here.
Well, if that was me, I wouldn't even be taking the blue. I'd be just ducking behind the brown.
Oh no, I'd take this blue, get the 5 points, and roll the cue ball up where I can just roll right up on that brown. Because, you know, it's guaranteed. This blue isn't that hard a shot, and it's guaranteed that you're gonna get up there where you can pin him.
Hang on a minute. Larry spotted something. Yeah, it looks close. It looks close. Can he see it though? Well, he can't, but he can play the other one onto it if he wants.
Another red.
It looks as if it's going to the jaw. It might straighten up though.
No, he's got enough gap between it that I think he can hit the one red straight in the other. He's not going to do that. Well, he's just going to miss the ball.
I don't know whether he actually thought that red would go, or whether he had actually tried to. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, looking at that there, this pretty much goes.
This is sitting perfect to run into the pink here. Oh, he went that way.
Well, he's fluked to red.
I don't understand why he didn't go forward and come back off the rail into the two reds and the pink.
Of that last shot.
He's got nothing here. And that ball, those balls are still dead. If he doesn't notice that, he could leave them.
No.
That would be a severe mistake. He needs to just draw this back.
If he draws back off the black ball into the back of the reds, he's fine.
Yeah, that's what he needs to do. And if he juggles those, he gets rid of the dead ball. If he doesn't get there, he's going to leave a. See, now he's left a kick at that combo. I don't know that Larry will take that, but it's pretty dead. Any one pocket player is kicking at this and making that combo.
Yeah. See, from this side, it's hard to see because the reds are covering each other up, but it looks as if they're pretty much dead in the pocket. Larry's gone for the red in the side, and he's always, I mean, the fact that he's got the red in the side and he's got a black over the corner pocket, he's good to go here if he can get the cue ball avoiding the traffic. He's got that plant to fall back on, plus he's got the other red that's still in the open next to the cue ball.
I mean, this is a great situation.
Yeah.
I wouldn't make this black, though. I would make the blue. He's going to put the black right on the spot next to that plant.
Is the black going to spot? I never even thought the black would spot. Let's have a look.
I think
yes, it will. Yeah, I wouldn't go near it, Larry, if I was you. Yeah.
He should be shooting the blue here.
Yeah.
You hate to see guys do it to themselves, but
I think that will touch and go. It looks as if it will spot. There you go.
Oh boy.
Well, it's not over yet, Steve, because if he uses his head here, he could actually play a billiard off the red onto the black and still pot them, and then hope he gets lucky. He could do that. That's a crazy shot, though. You'd never do that, really.
You're talking about here? This is too straight.
Yeah, well, I didn't look to see where the cue ball was. I was down zoomed in looking at the two reds and the black, but obviously now he can't do that.
Well, that's a good shot. Run ball.
Well,
needs to get higher. No, he didn't get high enough, I don't think. Hell, he can. Yeah, he can. Well, that's really not high enough.
Well, they won't be a plant in a minute because they're going to move once he pots this blue and then has to play off them.
Well, he's gonna shoot the. He's gonna cut that one red in the corner. He's gonna cut this red in the corner. The low one.
Shot to nothing.
But he messed up a good chance to run him out because if he wouldn't have put that black back, he'd have a wide open table.
Well, in it goes. Now he needs to keep rolling through, unless he's leaving the long blue. But the long blue is too straight. That's no good.
Yeah, he's This would be a little touchy to get it on the green. I mean, he could, but the speed's tough.
Right, I'm going to put the heating off. I'll be back in a minute.
Now he's wondering what to do. He's probably going to shoot the blue because I think the safety's a little bit tricky. Although, you know, if you didn't get him on the green, you still got the brown and the blue out there to help block. I don't think that's a terrible choice shooting out. See what he's got that he can run off of. Yeah, I don't know how this does not look like a shot you're going to get a snooker out of. That's a problem with this shot. I think he completely missed it. It might be a free ball coming up here. No, he's not going to get the free ball, I don't think, but I'd be tempted to put him back there just because there was really not a great safety play from where he was. I mean, that was a problem with shooting the blue in that manner, is that there was just real no good safety play there. You weren't gonna get behind a ball.
So I presume Larry missed the reds altogether.
Yeah, and you know, he was in a terrible spot. I mean, this isn't that bad a spot. I'm a little bit surprised Matt passed it back. If it was me, I would have put him back and made him shoot it again because it was a bad angle. He passed it to an angle that was actually
more comfortable.
Better.
Yeah.
Yeah, he should have put him back on the foul and miss because it wasn't a good angle.
So he put him back to where it finished, not back to where it was originally.
Right,
You're
exactly.
saying, right, got you.
And it was a lot better where it finished because you had a chance to get safe. Where it was, I mean, it was probably not going to get safe.
Well, that red is fairly close to the cushion. Yeah, you'd be nuts to try and cut that in. No,
I would be playing off the right side and trying to come sort of the blue and try to get him on the brown.
Yeah. In this area, the line's there to do it. Got to get it thin over his right spin.
He's trying to cut this.
Yeah. That's the 9-ball player in him coming out again.
Yeah, I mean, you got a good opportunity to get safe here. But, you know, again, if you don't miss, it's always a good shot when you don't miss.
Well, he's running down the line on the black. The problem, though, is the black is going to block the red. Because he would have to jack up and stun this in to come back for the red into the same pocket. And I don't think he's going to be crazy enough to do that.
You notice I didn't say it was the right shot when you make it. It's still the wrong shot. But it's a good shot. It's a good shot when you make it. But it's still the wrong shot.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, Larry's looking good here. I mean, this is... well,
what is he? Is he 7 in front or something?
Yeah, but this is a pretty tasty little situation he's got going here. I mean...
tell me I've frozen up again or something. Is Larry lining up?
No,
yeah,
Larry's taking forever. Well, why didn't he hit that harder? I don't get that shot.
Well,
all he had to do was hit it harder, and he was going to come out and have a shot.
Well, he's probably got the shot he wants, which is into the side.
Yeah, but this is no good. If he would have come out, he could have shot this and split the red and pink apart. And, you know, I mean, he's not thinking like a run-out player is.
Well,
because that red's no good. I don't think that red goes. Yeah, that red doesn't go. So I don't know. You know, it's you see Larry play super aggressive and shoot at everything, and then he gets in a situation where he should just go for the throat and get himself on that red so he can split the other ones out, and he doesn't do it. It's like a conundrum there to me that, you know, if you're going to play that aggressively, you should be playing for the run out and, you know, go for the throat.
It doesn't go.
Yeah, he did. So, you know, the problem is that he's going to let Matt to the table again, and you know, he's not that far ahead.
I'm not sure what that was. Whether he was just trying to drop the blue in. I presume he was.
Larry's going to get snookered here. He didn't hit it hard enough.
No.
That wasn't a good shot. I mean, it was the right shot, but he didn't hit it. Yeah, that was the right shot. If you hit it harder, he gets him on the block.
Well, this match is an hour and 3/4 old. I thought it would be going quicker than this.
Well, you know, these guys are both making a lot of mistakes, and Larry's not a particularly fast player.
I think the one thing about Matt the other day is he was playing a lot quicker. I don't think he's got himself into any rhythm at all tonight.
Yeah, well, you know, that can happen when you're playing somebody that plays at a much slower pace than you, is that you can kind of fall into that trap. You know,
Yeah.
you gotta play your own rhythm.
Well, Mark Allen is 2 frames to 1 up in their match, and it's going fairly slow as well. Well, that's because Matt Selby's involved in it. He'll grind you into the ground if he's given the chance. Well, Matt, well, that's a lot of juice on it. That cue ball's running way into the long grass. He's going to have to dig out a good pot in the green. But he's now favourite to go back into the lead here if he can get this green and get up table for the brown. Might be a bit straightish. Yeah, he is. Just trying to pinch the angle around the corner. How's the legs? Well, he's sort of almost got there. I mean, it's actually a great angle just to stun down for the pink.
Yeah, I honestly think this is the game that Larry should have won.
And the pace is good. That's perfect.
And he's not going to. I mean, this was a giveaway game. So, a couple bad decisions, and because Larry was in control of this at one point.
Yeah, it's so easy to, you know, be in control, and then you make the wrong move, and suddenly things turn full circle. And Matt's pinched it at the end of the day. Nice little run of 33 to finish it off. Now that's a bit of a juicy break from Larry. He's brought far too many reds out into the open to start with. Black's dead though, it's not going.
Yeah, that's the one thing he's got going for him, is that the black's not great now.
And the pink's no good either, I don't think. It's dead.
Yeah, but this is a pretty easy shot. He's going to get back up table.
See, that's the other thing where you get these very disjointed frames of snooker, especially in VP4.
And here we go.
You get blue.
It's time for a stub shot.
All the big colours all tied up, bar the blue.
See, if this is a good player, I think they shoot this blue and break the rack. And the reason why is because the pink and the black are already no good. You got a chance to spread things out and do what you call a clearance.
Well, the thing is that's the sole reason there to try and bring the reds out, because you're also trying to nudge the pink into play.
Yeah, the pink or the black, or, you know, he had a perfect angle to get a lot of speed into the pile, and the angle wasn't so severe that he was going to miss the blue. But I think that's a confidence thing, you know, a lot. You know, I think, you know, a guy like Semi-Pro is probably firing on that every time. I mean,
if that was Albinario or Semi-Pro, they would have both smacked into there to try and bring out the big colours.
Yeah. I mean, it's this thing of I'm content to take, 30 points and try to duck. That strategy's okay, but
Well, it seems
the way
already
these
that
guys have been ducking, maybe it's not a good strategy.
it seems already that Matt's been doing a lot of hard work for only 12 points.
Yeah, it just, now when you shoot that shot, there's a chance you're not going to come up with much. I mean, it can go against you, but
well, he's got another chance here if he can just come down on the good side of this blue and get a good angle on it. Now it needs to run. He's way short again. Well,
yeah, he's got a little angle. But
not a great help.
This is not the angle you want.
He wants a bit more on that, he would have been fine.
But he can come back and shoot this one red next to the black and nudge the black, and I think that's what he wants to do here. Wants to get a little above that red and
yeah, that's a shot.
That and bump the black, and he didn't do it. See, I don't get that.
Well,
this is not what you wanted. If you went to the other side, he's got a shot where he can make the red, bump the black, then shoot the black.
Well, he's looking at the other red next to the black.
Well, I understand that, but this is the wrong side. He should have drawn back to the other side.
Yeah, because you were naturally. I mean, it's a simple shot. If you got good on it, you pot the red and brush onto the black and go that way and leave the black this way. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, instead he sells out. Now he sold out the black, the red, and the whole enchilada.
Yeah.
I mean, this
black
is
goes so Larry can help himself.
You know about the whole enchilada, don't you, Hugh?
You know, I've not only ate the whole one, I've ate 4 of them at one time, Steve.
Enchilada, I guess, is the Mexican version of your kili pie.
Yeah, I quite like them, I must admit. The whole kit and caboodle there. What's the kit and what's the caboodle? So explain that one.
You know what? I can't. I mean, it's a well-known expression, but I can't. That's one of you guys can look up on YouTube on Google and tell us what it means.
Oh, with Wikipedia or somebody or Urban Dictionary, things like that. They'll have explanations for it. Well, Larry's got a little deficit to make up, but it's nothing to be alarmed about. It's just a question of whether he can hold things together here.
That's no good, whatever he just did there. I mean, these guys aren't really taking advantage because, like Albin or Semi-Pro, I mean, they were to get a lot more points out of that situation than Larry's going to end up getting.
Well, again,
here
Matt's
comes your shot to nowhere.
Shot to nothing.
Or nothing. I like nowhere better. Can't we go with nowhere?
No, there's not a shot to nowhere. There's a road to nowhere, Steve.
Is that it? I've got the wrong metaphor. Well, I can't imagine he's going to do anything but take this yellow. What he should be doing is taking the yellow and trying to get him on something. Maybe that's why he's not. Okay.
Yeah, he's doing that
because taking the yellow, he wasn't going to get in a spot where he could get him on something. That was a smart shot because I wasn't seeing an easy way to shoot that yellow and get in a spot where you could get a good snooker.
All the bells and whistles and the whole 9 yards according to Slim.
This is no good.
It might be okay though. He'll be put back in again, I would think.
Oh yeah. I mean, I didn't get that. I mean, the speed was good, but the line was terrible.
Let's have a look at that. See, that's better.
No good.
He's going to brush off though.
He's good. Yeah. He actually came up pretty good on it.
Oh, he's not going to like his next shot though.
He left the edge of a ball though. Yeah. Oh yeah. He left this too.
Yeah.
Well, you know what's tough about this? If he could kick to the other side rail, he'd have a pretty good chance of getting safe. Kicking to the side rail he's got, that's ugly with those 2 balls sitting there low. He's got to kick into one of these low balls. Yeah, that was good. Just a little too firm. But
No,
I think he's come out okay.
I mean, he's left a dodgy. He's left a red up. That's actually not a bad shot up table. That red on the right hand side, because it goes.
Yeah.
This one here, I wouldn't entertain it because it's blocked up table and it's a dodgy cut into the side. This here, this is asking to be potted all day.
Yeah, I
This
agree.
red. I don't know why Matt's looking elsewhere. Because this definitely goes. I mean, he can actually stun this in firm and hold for the black if he wants, but he's probably going to run through. But if you're lookably sell, you're slamming this in and you're on the black. Well, he didn't get into the cue ball enough for a start.
Yeah, all he had to do was hit that harder and it was in. Because if you hit a little harder, it throws a little less and that ball goes in the hole. Because he hit it a little on the thick side. And here's the problem with that shot if you miss it. Because this is a pretty good opportunity here. You can just roll forward on this and get a shot on the black. And shoot this in the side.
Has he actually got a red?
Yeah, he's got the red on the side.
Well,
it's a little tight. Yeah, maybe he doesn't have it. It's a little tight. It's probably too tight to shoot it. Well, he's got to do something right here with this. He's got to do something right here, I would think. Is he going to try to shoot this?
I don't know what he's trying to do. He looks like he's trying to cut the second one.
Yeah, well, that one definitely goes, but that's not an easy shot.
It needs to run. It needs to run. It needs to run. Died on the edge of the pocket. It was a great effort.
Are you going to blame that on the trackball?
Oh, no. He just didn't have the legs. Now we've got the green tied up with the red. We've got the pink, I think, tied up.
Well, this is an interesting strategy. He's going to shoot this red and leave the one in front of the side pocket.
No, I think he's going to quickly review the situation and go back to the one over the side pocket.
Any straight pool.
Hang on. What's he done here?
Okay.
Is he okay?
No, he's okay. Yeah, he's okay.
Right. Well, the red on this bottom cushion.
It's done. Yeah, it's no good. So yeah, he's going to have to draw back, and that's no good.
He didn't want that. He's now dead in the water again, I think, unless something goes at the back here.
He's got a shot. Yeah, the red at the back goes in the corner, and I'm sure that's what he's going to shoot. Oh, and he's going for it all. He's going for the black.
Oh,
get on it.
Dead weight pace. Well, this time I think he's got to play for the cannon.
He actually hit that a little bit too easy there.
I don't know whether he can get into them from there, can he? If he can't, he's going to have to get over this side.
I think he can, but it's real close. If he hits it easy.
Yeah, just dragged it into them. Well, that's
good shot.
It's perfect, but he's not perfect on a red.
No.
He's just a wee bit one of these sort of...
I think he's going to shoot the middle one in the side pocket. He could shoot the top one in the corner if he wants. That's, I think, a little easier to get on the... well, he's shooting the top one in the side. I'm not sure why he's doing
well
that.
done.
Well, he's good on it. He's good on the yellow. I guess that's...
Well, the shot to play is a good firm stun in the yellow to head that direction.
Yep. And come right down. He's got two reds. I mean, this is the easiest thing in the world because as long as you don't come up way short, you know you're going to have one of those reds.
Well, the pink's not going to spot, so he's put the pink on the blue spot because one of these reds is blocking that spot, which is not a bad thing.
Yeah, I mean that. And he's got a nice angle to come back on the red, so he's playing this well.
Well, I've got bad news for Larry because if Matt gets these three reds, not only will he have enough points to win the frame, but he'll probably bury Larry with the last red anyway. Just
well, he didn't try to get up high enough for these reds. I mean, he could have played it off that black. He kind of cinched the black, and I would have tried to get up higher. But, you know, when you pop balls like that, I guess it doesn't matter.
Now, what's the angle like in the yellow? Does he want to do something crazy and try and bump this green and push the red towards the pocket?
He's going to shoot the brown.
Yeah.
There's no angle on the yellow to get to that green.
And he's just come out far enough.
He's just going to take the ones that are in the open and then probably, you know, see, here's the thing. When you got a red like that next to the rail, next to a ball, that's the easiest safety in the world if you can get the cue ball down there in the right spot.
Mm-hmm.
Because, you know, you just hit the red past it and pin them on the green. And, you know, and again, it's, are you going to think like a 9-ball player or a snooker player? I wouldn't try to break those out because it's such a great safety opportunity. You play this red and you get in a spot where you can play the brown and just, you know, roll down here and then just, you could just pin them right on that green.
Well, and, that secures the frame because there's only now 43 left in the table.
I guess now it doesn't matter.
He's well over the finishing line. But again, he wants to leave Larry nailed with that last red because Larry can use that to try and get the snooker and also get the free ball if he can. So
he's going to try to break it out, but here's where it can go all wrong.
Yeah, I mean
he should have pinned him on the the green. And you know, this is the whole thing you see all the time in pool is guys, you know, trying to break stuff out instead of taking a guaranteed safety.
See the red still on the table. He's going to leave Larry snookered.
Well, he might have left him angled too. He did. He's angled, snookered, and everything else.
Larry's not interested, so 4 frames to 2 now. Matt leads.
Well, I'll tell you what, Larry has given some games away in this. I mean, when he started making balls, I realized Larry's good enough to be pretty good at this game if he just plays it more and learns the strategy a little more, because he was rolling there when he wasn't missing.
Yeah.
But Matt's kind of picked his game up a little. Maybe he realized this isn't going to be as easy as I thought, and you know, Larry's lost a couple games just on bad mistakes.
Well, he's getting straight away here, Matt. Now, I did say that, you know, Matt wasn't playing. He's been playing slow and steady, matching Larry. Whereas the other night there, he was playing a lot quicker and getting on with it.
I think he's picked his pace up a little here.
Yeah.
He seems like he's been like, and you know, there he's getting a lot more aggressive. You know, he's not playing tentative with
that last shot.
That's what I like about the semi-pro players.
That's how you get into the pack of reds.
Semi-pro is going to open those things up and go for it. You know, he plays with a lot of confidence, and that's, you know, he's dangerous. I'll tell you what, if you're going to be afraid of somebody, you're going to be afraid of the guy that doesn't take those shots and doesn't try to open it up and drill you, or you're going to be afraid of the guy that does. Me, I'm going to be more afraid of the guy that's aggressive, that has a high gear, because those guys can just run you over.
Well, here's a perfect opportunity to be high gear because he can stun the blue in. I thought for a second there he was going to be crazy and do the stub shot and slam the red and smack into the other reds and hope he gets lucky in a colour, but he's not. He's playing sensible here.
No, that was the right thing to do.
Well,
he's got himself enough angle on the 7 to get into him, I think. He's a little straight.
He'll come back for this other red, I think.
I think that's the wise choice.
If he goes,
that's what he's doing.
If he goes back way too far, he'll probably end up in the one with the pink, but he's perfect.
Yeah, he can stay high here, or he could slide it over and get below it, depending on what he wants.
Now, Matt's cue's disappeared for me.
Yeah, it does for me.
There he is.
I think...
Oh, hang on, he's still hit the replay now. I don't know what the hell he's doing.
He probably hit it by mistake.
Yeah, he didn't remap it like I keep telling people. Map it to your backspace button.
Hit the plus key. Make it go fast at least. Yeah, I'm not sure he can hold this and get the angle. He may need to go below this. I think he could, but it's a little tricky trying to hold this and keep angle. I'd probably stun below it if it was me. Yeah, see, that's the problem. Now he doesn't have the angle he needs. I would have purposely stunned below it and so I could go into the stack. This is not good. Yeah, I guess he's just gonna try to pick. Now I don't think a pro snooker player would like play for the shot, would they? Maybe VP.
Oh yeah, they would. If that was the only red that's out in the open, yeah, they would
Well,
put the black and drop
red,
behind it. Yeah.
Pro snooker player would have got angle on that black.
Oh
yeah,
yeah. But if that's how it turns out, you'll see them playing reds into the corner up table from the black end. I mean, O'Sullivan and I mean, most of them nowadays don't turn that down at all. You know, back in the day, they would never even look at that. They would duck for cover.
I mean, the thing is the snooker table's got to play easier than they used to, because unless they change the size of the pockets, I mean, you take that thick nappy cloth and put on the same size, same geometry pockets, that thick nappy cloth has got to play tighter pockets. I mean, it's got to be grabbier than the stuff they're playing on now.
Well, the one thing that is noticeable and has been noticeable throughout this World Championships that's on at the moment is that the corner pockets are actually running a lot more generous than what they normally do. We've seen balls getting potted along the black cushion, and they're hugging the rail and bouncing and they're hitting the rail and they're still going in.
Well, look, they're doing everything to make the tables play easy, because
they're certainly playing easier.
They're putting new felt on them, which makes it slippery and which makes the pockets play way easier.
Yep, which they do every 3 days.
They're heating the table, and that makes it play easier. And then you got the TV lights over it, and that heats the table and makes it play easier. I mean, as far as pot and balls, all those things make it play easier. Now, it's going to make the table play really fast, which, you know, can be difficult to deal with. But as far as making balls, new felt, and, you know, it's... You play on a snooker table that's had the felt on it for several months, it's going to play a lot tougher than the new felt will. Well, it's not the rails that are unforgiving in repetition, it's the rounded pockets. But, you know, still, I mean, we're comparing snooker to snooker and pool to pool. You know, pool pockets play easier when the felts, the tablecloth is new, and same thing with snooker. I mean, granted, the snooker pockets are going to always play tougher because they're rounded.
What's Larry done here? You just put. Oh, he's left
got himself in a funny spot, and he should probably be playing safe with the red up table. Instead of doing this. That's a crazy shot.
Yeah.
He could have played safe with the red up table, brought that red down, tried to put him on one of those colors up table. Instead, he shoots this crazy shot.
Is straight out of Stubbs' manual on how to hand away a frame of snooker.
Well, remember what we were saying earlier about if he makes them all, it's great playing, and if he starts missing them, you know. But I mean, it's never the right decision. You know, I mean, if you're a great ball potter, maybe it is, but other than that, you got to play safe there.
Well, that's it. The red that was in bulk is the one to play safe off and try and get cover off it. But you know,
even if you didn't get cover, you weren't going to give up anything.
Yeah. Well, Matt. Matt's now, how many's in the table? 1, 2, 3, 4. 67 and still on the table or something like that.
Yeah, Larry's going to get punished for shooting at that ball.
It won't be 67 though, because the black's out of commission where it is, and where the reds are. Most of them are all down this end of the table, where the brown, the bulk colour, and the blue are.
Yeah, there's a difference between aggressive and this is a really bad idea.
Yeah.
I mean, you can be aggressive, but that was beyond aggressive. That was in the bad idea category.
That one wiped its feet a little bit.
He spread everything out, and you're just asking to get punished.
Now, a quick check at the red up with the black. It's going nowhere, it's stuck to the black.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think in this situation, you just got to have a plan for what you're doing there. You can try to break it out. Let's see, does he have an angle he can do that?
Yeah.
He does. Well, the blue's in the way. That's the biggest problem. Because trying to spin off this is a little tricky. He can spin off the yellow. He's got to come just short of the side pocket. I don't like this shot.
It might work though. It might work though. Uh-oh, no it didn't.
Well, he hit it pretty good, but he didn't come out smelling very good.
Well,
that's a little bit unlucky to hit it that square. I mean, he played a pretty good shot there. But, you know, I mean...
Well, this frame's in the balance here. He's got the hit.
That's a good shot.
And the cue ball's...
Is he going to get there?
Oh,
no, he didn't quite get the snooker. So, Larry's got a chance here. Is he going to hit this hard or play for the brown?
Well, to me, you've got to hit this firmish to get the cue ball out of there.
Well, he could play for the brown in the side pocket if he wants.
Well, he's got to get good on it to get good in the yellow. That's the problem. Let's have a look. That's not bad. That's not bad at all.
He was almost guaranteed he was going to get good on it because at the kind of a rolling speed like that, this is what it was going to do. Yeah, I think that was a wise move.
This is a perfect angle on the yellow to get nice on the green. You need to get up high enough though.
Larry's got a chance to steal this.
You see, he needs to get up high enough. You know, he's gone a bit square, so now you've got to put left-hand side on this now just to hold the cue ball.
Well, you saw it coming. I mean, yeah.
You know,
underhit that ball.
Up here, he's laughing his way home, and he's overcut it now. You see, that's it. Oh no, it's went in again.
But you know, that's see, a snooker player would have stunned that yellow.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Larry rolled it. That's the difference. For a snooker player, that's an easy shot because they're going to stun it.
Yeah.
Pool players don't typically think like that.
Yeah, when you've got that angle, you know, the natural thing to do is just stun it up to that spot. And
but he's still at the table. He needs them all.
Well, he's what, 10 behind? Yeah, he needs everything. And he should be getting it. He's got to leave himself short in the pink. He doesn't want to go... Well, he can still go through the other side of it, but he's got more work to do with the cue ball like this.
Right?
You
didn't want to be like this. No,
yeah,
this is not what you wanted.
Right-hand side in the cue ball again.
You know, you got to take the ball multiple rails or play a different shot. You can't afford to leave yourself here if you want to win this game. This is, you know...
See, the thing with this shot is, though, you've got to go right through with the shot and play it with a good medium pace to get that cue ball to... He hasn't done it.
No, this is what he's playing. He's playing to take the cut on this ball.
Yeah, well, that's not what I would have done.
This is sort of a do or die shot. The only thing worse than hitting it bad is hitting it just a little bad and hanging it in the pocket.
So,
you know, you've got to try to make this ball, and unless you hit it terrible, you're probably hanging it.
Well, there you go.
Well, there it is.
You said it. So that's a sellout.
But that all comes from not playing the right shot on the 5 ball to get on the 6 ball in a way that, you know, he didn't have to settle for that.
Yeah, well, actually, it all boiled down to where he was in the yellow and green to start with. He wasn't great at this end of the table. And,
yeah, well, you know, it's little out of line, and all of a sudden big out of line. Well, that was a little thick.
So
that break could be costly there.
Well, that's a cardinal sin, not getting the cue ball into the ball carrier for a start in snooker.
Yeah, well, he's shooting your shot to nowhere, or shot to nothing, or whatever you call it here.
Now he needs a bump there. That bump will come in handy.
You know, he's probably going to shoot the green here.
Yep, and then forward and back up the left-hand side as we look for the red into the opposite side. That's a shot. You can come around the back way though, behind brown and yellow, whatever his choice is. But
or you could just miss it.
Yeah, he's went in between. Well, it's a struggle.
Well, that was. I don't get that shot there. I mean, I don't get him missing that ball. It wasn't that really that difficult a shot.
Well, because even that shot, he's actually overhit it a fair wee bit there. Okay, Larry's potted it anyway, but if he'd just gone the way I was talking about, it was far simpler.
You didn't want to leave this on the rail. I mean, he's off the rail here. He can get into the pile, and you know. Now he does have. Well, see, and that's all caused by having the cue ball on the rail.
Yep.
So now he's got to jack up, and you know he ends up missing a ball.
And there's reds to choose from here for Matt. Although again, he's got, see this shot here, let's have a look. If you play right from where the yellow is, I think the problem is you're trying to avoid the green to come back up the table for the blue or pink into the other corner pocket. I don't know that you can do that. It looks...
yeah, this shot's...
he needs a bit of left on it.
Yeah, he's gonna hit the green.
No, he's going to play the green and get rid of it. That's what he's going to do, which is not a bad idea.
No, I think that's a good play because he didn't have a good way of getting out of there. But you know, these guys are both just good enough to run a bunch of points in this situation, and they're both just poor enough to miss a ball and sell out. You know, it's actually pretty exciting watching players of this caliber because, you never know when they're going to screw something up, and but they could play brilliantly at times. So it makes it kind of edge of the seat viewing here because anything could happen.
Right, well, I'm looking at this situation here. He's ideal on this red because he wants to get rid of that red because then when the pink goes, it can go on its spot. And he's going to have to work between pink and blue, but straight away he's got a big problem.
Yeah. I think he's going to probably shoot the pink. He can bail out and shoot the brown if he wants.
Let's have a look. I'm looking to see where he can go.
He can just stun it across at the brown and shoot that one red down there in the corner.
I think he's holding for that one, yeah.
He's going to hold for it on the pink. I mean, you know, he's just confident enough to know he's making the pink.
No, this is fine because this is just a little dink in and come through for the pink into the other side pocket. Now ideally he wants to leave this a wee bit short on the pink, just offline, so that he can get a bump.
He's got to shoot the pink in the same pocket if he's going to shoot this red.
No, this one here, this one that he's on here, he can pot, look, he can pot this red here and finish on the pink into the side.
Oh yeah, I see what you're saying. He just roll this.
Yeah, just drop it in and let the cue ball come out, and if he gets to there, you know, like that, he doesn't look as if he's doing that, by the way. He's trying to come back the other side, but if he got that angle, he could have bumped him.
Yeah, I mean,
I
don't think he had to try to get above and separate this pack because I don't think it was that tight. I thought he could have picked some balls off, but
well, it's
now he's in a funny spot.
There's not a lot to be picked off here. I mean, they're covering one another.
Okay, so he moved some balls and...
Well, that's at least giving him that one there, because that's off the cushion, that's easy enough.
Yeah, I mean, he's...
Back up for the blue or the pink.
If he can get on the blue and move some balls, that would be good.
Oh, he's overcut it.
He hangs it up. Actually, didn't he undercut that? Oh, no, he overcut it, you're right.
But, well, he had a chance to really get away from Lather there, but he's not really got away from him. Does the black now go? Let's have a look.
Well, it does.
Yeah.
The other thought is you hit this hard and come off the red in the corner and bring that red into the the pile there and back
Well,
up for the 5.
I'm hoping.
I don't think that's the best shot, but
I'm hoping that Larry pots this black. The only problem is he's left himself low on it. I was hoping he was going to be dead straight so that we could see the touching ball getting called.
this is okay. He just needs to hit this with some speed and separate everything out. Oh, or you could do that and run into the ball and sell out.
Well, this is an open invitation now for Matt to win the match. He's 28 in front. He's got points there for the taking. The pink, I think, still goes in the other corner. Yep, it does.
I don't know that it was the right shot, but I would have seriously thought about shooting that combo hard and letting a combo ball go into the pile and drawing back for the blue and, you know, taking my chances there because...
roll forward, little bump.
It's probably not the right shot, but it's a 9-ball player shot. I still got some of that in me. Well, this is looking like it could be game, set, match here.
Yeah, it should be. I mean, he just has to mind what he's doing here because all these reds are all sitting there. You know, once that one goes, the other two are open.
Well, his biggest problem is the black and the blue, or, you know, you can only shoot those in the corner pockets.
Yeah.
Not that that's a terrible thing.
This is why he's just got to be careful and make sure he gets high enough back up the table or goes through for the pink into the middle like that, which is what he should have done with that previous shot I was talking about.
Yeah, and that's a perfect angle to get on the next red. So, I mean, he's...
Yeah, this is good. Now, again, see, the fact that he's just let that roll through and not stunned it in. See, if he'd stunned it in, he'd have got to there. He wouldn't. It would have been a more controlled shot.
He can just roll through and shoot the pink in the side again.
Yeah.
But yeah,
you know, keep
I was thinking the same thing. A snooker player might have stunned that pink.
And now this is a little touchy one where you just want to come back, unless he wants to go forward and leave this cut. I think he wants to come back.
Yeah,
and that's a better shot. Maybe needed another half an ounce on it, but it's still doable. So he's now what, 49 in front or something like that, or there or thereabouts.
That one was under hit.
No,
he wanted to come up a little higher there.
Is he in 50 or 59? I can't see it. 59 he's on, so he's 57 in front. So there's only 51 left in the table, so this match is over. And with a pink still to come.
You know, that was pretty good. I'm sure he wanted to come back a little more. But the good thing about this is you've got cover here. If he hangs this in the pocket, he's got 2 reds and a pink to block.
Yeah, but the other thing is as well, Steve, is that if you don't get it, now Larry has to get reds and blacks really here. But what he can do is he can take, well, he's had enough, it's all over. Larry's conceded the match, so well done to Matt.
You know, Larry played pretty good. This was a lot like last night's match with Barkers and Stubb. Stubb played pretty good, but you know, they both just don't understand snooker that well.
Well, I know that the way that table is at the moment, with the 2 reds behind the pink, I would have potted the red and try and get up for the black, or take the black long. Try and get on the other red behind the pink, get rid of it with the black if the black was on its spot, and then use the red behind the pink to get the snooker. Then you're looking at a possible free ball, and Larry still could have been had a chance to survive. Admittedly a slim chance, but I would never have quit with 3 reds still on the table, not when there's a free ball possibility available. Anyway, that's by and by. Well done to Matt. A quick look at, in fact, wait to get the link in the lobby. Quick look at the bracket for Matt, because he's now through to round 3, so he's going to have a heck of a wait, I think, before he sees his next opponent. Because I'll tell you why. Because the first round matches are still not played yet. The match.
Well, we've got 2 matches. We've got two matches coming up this weekend.
Well,
so Sharky and Semi-Pro, and I'm sure Fox and
yeah, but the thing is that
you're going to play this weekend. I mean, they almost have to.
Yeah, they asked for it to be reset, but they're still not agreed a time yet. So anyway, they've still to play, and then the winner of that match will then play the winner of Semi-Pro and Mr. Sharky, and then the winner of that will then play Matt. So Matt's got a good long break. So now looking at the schedule, I believe there'll only be one match on now. That'll be the Semi-Pro Mr. Sharky match, which is on Saturday night, which is at 8 PM or 3 PM Eastern. And I think Slim's going to be doing that. I'll catch the early part of it, but I won't be streaming it. Slim will be doing it. I
might be around for that. We'll see. I've got honey golf that morning.
Right, so that covers that. So that is us for tonight. I am going to head for maybe a cup of tea, catch a bit of the snooker, and head to bed. So don't forget, how many we got in that bank pool yet? Do we still need a few more?
Let's see, what do we got now?
Still a few more.
Cobra, did you sign up, or are you just going to jerk my chain some more on this thing?
Where's that? Wait. I think Cobra's gone to bed. I think he's gone.
We need 3 more in that by tomorrow at, what is that, 11 PM your time?
When is it? I don't know. I haven't checked the deadline or the time. Well, if it's like 6 PM Eastern or 5 PM Eastern, that's 11 PM my time.
It's 6 PM Eastern.
Yeah, so that'll be 11 PM. Well, I think Matt summed that up. He says, not a classic. he's through to the next round. That's all that matters. So I don't know whether anybody's still there, but I am not hanging around much longer. I am off. So thanks to Steve for joining us. I don't know when the next match will be, because obviously matches need to be scheduled on the bracket, but as and when there is one that's suitable, I'll probably do it, and if I can't get it at a certain time and Slim's available, he'll probably do it. So you got anything else you want to say, Steve? Or have you already gone south?
Well, McClarky's he's asking me about getting rid of the ability to nominate balls with the num keys.
Getting rid of the ability to nominate balls with the num keys, with the number keys in the game. No, you have to. I mean, you have to still have that in VP4. I'll tell you why. Because there are instances where it can call the wrong ball, and that's when you have to press the number button to make sure it's called the right colour ball. I've had that happen 2 or 3 times now. We're talking about getting rid of the option to press a number ball. No, forget that idea. No, I don't like that.
I think what's happening is he's, trying to hit his English key or something and nominating a ball and doesn't realize that he's done it.
Well,
and then once you've done it, then the auto-nominate won't override it.
Yeah, because you've got to pay attention to what you're doing. That's a simple thing. It's called paying attention to what's happening. That's what and again, it boils down to me saying, don't make a move until you know exactly what you're doing, and also you know exactly what you're choosing as a colour. But no, I mean, we have to have the numbers. I'd be lost without them. Yeah, Larry for once agrees with me, and you've got to have them, because you do have to. You do have to choose the number of the ball when you're having to go 2 rails or a rail to try and hit the damn thing. So I mean,
you could change it. Like, you could make it shift number key or something like that.
Well, that's exactly it. Yeah, you can remap it.
You could do something like that, or it's shift number key.
Yeah,
but I don't think you can remap the nomination keys.
You sure? Let's have a look. We shouldn't find out.
I'm not sure. No.
Settings, mapping. Now, in fact, I'll tell you why you can't, because the numbers don't show on here. It's all just the letter part of it. The number part of it isn't even there to remap.
No, I think you could use the number part of it, but I'm not sure any of them are open.
Is there a nominate? There's not a nominate shortcut key, is there? There isn't. Oh, wait a minute. No, that's moment review. No, there's nothing like that. I'm talking specifically in snooker. Designate ball on. What does that mean?
Oh, well, McClarkey said, and I guess I didn't understand this. I have it built into me to automatically hit the buttons, but I keep pressing the wrong ones. Well, so he's trying to hit a 4 and he's hitting a 3.
Yeah, well, that's because
so he's not even using auto nominate. I mean, that's
so that's because he's got 3 fingers stuck together and he's clubbing 2 and 3 buttons at the same time.
Yeah. I don't know what the problem is, but you can always check the HUD. Maybe he's got the HUD off. I don't know.
Well, again, I mean that's I've always got the HUD on. I've never had the HUD off. I'd rather have it on so I know what's happening because I'm not paying attention half the time either. I like to have it there.
Yeah, I mean I can think of all kinds of things to do, but it's like
yeah, and I can keep giving you ideas of what to do as well, Steve.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's like I had some guy email me 3 different emails about saying all the stuff that needed to bring from the PC version of VP4 and mobile, and I finally sent him an email that the mobile version isn't designed to have all these options and be really complex, because on mobile people don't usually want that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, even on this PC version, for a PC game, this is very complicated. Can you put more options in it? Yeah. But, the more options you put in, the more complex everything gets.
Well, I don't think you can get more complex than Microsoft Flight Simulator. That's got every bloody combination of buttons under the sun. And that's why I've got it in numpty mode, where you can use an Xbox joypad and just get on with it.
Parky says, "Well, if I can turn it off, then it will come up with the page to choose color." Is there a thing? Is he talking about an option on the menu or something? That what's he talking about?
Well. I mean, I don't know what he's talking about. I mean, was he not talking about nominating number buttons a minute ago? Now he's talking about colour. What we're talking about? What was I looking at anyway? I was in the settings, wasn't I? Yeah, that's right. I mean, it's funny that you haven't got... it is a bit weird, because you'd normally go with that in snooker, where it's 1 for the yellow and 2 for the... or whatever it is, I can't remember. Sorry, 2 for the yellow, 3 for the green, 4 for the brown, etc. You wouldn't normally want to interfere with those, wouldn't you? But then again...
I'm trying to see if there's because I can't remember how this works. I only wrote the code, I don't remember how it works. Let's see if I can pot a ball. Haha, I made the first shot, I shot it. Okay, so now I'm on a color. Let me see what the options are. There's a designate ball on, so you can go to the menu and say designate ball on, and then it's like a call shot. You can pick the ball.
Right. That's what I saw in the remapping thing. It says designated ball on, so that's D for that. And then it comes up with the top-down view, I presume, to then choose it. Right. Well, that's another way around it, isn't it?
I don't know. I mean, it's just...
Still means you've got to hit the D button and not the S button for shoot with mistake.
The interface is designed to be easy to use, and the easy way to do it is to auto-nominate, and then you have the override with the number keys.
I think that was my brilliant idea, Steve, was it? Or was it? I mean, I'm sure. I'm pretty certain that was my brilliant idea. Auto-nominate.
All right, well, we'll give you credit for it. So I'll tell Matt he can talk to you.
He can email Solaris contact support.
I'm blaming it on you. It's Hugh's fault.
Right, that is it, guys. I'm heading out. Thanks to Steve for joining us. Well done to Matt. Good luck to Larry in the one loss side if he bumps into Stubb. And we'll see you again soon. I should be here for Friday Night 9 Ball if you want to drop in. And if not, you'll see it on my channel, as you will do this match. So we'll bid you good night. See you later.
Good night, guys.
Good night.
What we've got here is failure to communicate. Some men you just can't reach.